Hello, everyone, and welcome to Attract Mode presented by Lady Arcaders. I'm selcouthmind, but you can call me Sel. And I'm not quite sure what's happening today, but you know what? I do know Lady Arcaders is hosting an in-person speedrun event called Out of Bounds Toronto on June 15th and 16th. Submissions are open now and close on March 30th, which is today. If you look at a calendar, that is today. So you get your submissions in, please. Volunteer applications are also open, and there are both remote and in-person positions available. You can type !OOB2, which is OOB2, for more information. Please submit. It's going to be a great time. I already have my volunteer application in for that. But with that being said, I think we've got a fairly chaotic run today. Something a little bit random, perchance. I'm not entirely sure what is happening, but I did write a little song to introduce us to this, so we're going to see how this goes. Let's get down to business to defeat Sephiroth. Here upon the Black Pearl, the crew has arrived. Our fearless runner, threepup, she will defeat the seed of this Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer. Threepup? How do we do this?
Alrighty, hello everyone. So thank you very much for that incredible intro.
You're welcome.
But yeah, hello everyone. This is gonna be Kingdom Hearts 2, but we're going a little bit weird with it. As you can already maybe tell, that's not Sora. But we'll talk about that in a bit, in just a second. But before we get into that, I want my lovely commentators to introduce themselves.
I think we're both waiting for each other. Hi, I'm Mia. I vetted the seed. It's gonna be a fun time, smiley face.
Hi, I'm Poison Mutton, and I love Kingdom Hearts. And I hate to burst your bubble, Cell, but we will not be seeing Sephiroth in this run.
Okay, hey, perfect, let's go.
Alrighty, so we have a pretty long run ahead of us, so I'll start explaining things once we get started. But first, Mia, can you give me a countdown?
Absolutely. Let's start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Woo! Okay, we're gonna start by doing some menuing here, but so Kingdom Hearts 2 Randomizer. What's up with this? So anyone who has played Kingdom Hearts 2 before, especially Final Mix, you might remember this location we're in, the Garden of Assemblage. This is normally where you fight the data fights that are a part of like the Super Boss Gauntlet in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. The Randomizer mod instead takes the Garden of Assemblage and turns it into like a gateway to all the various worlds in the game. You can see like on the doors, the icons here. Those will send you to the various worlds in the game. But the first world that we're going to go into is 100 Acre Wood. Say hi to Winnie the Pooh for real quick. So, on top of randomizing the worlds that you go to, the randomizer will also shuffle all of the available items, all of the abilities, all of the drive forms, all of the magic. That all gets shuffled into the item pool and spread across all the various chests and other rewards throughout the game. We're going to right now we're in what we call like the shotgun phase of KH2 Rando, where we take very, very shallow dips into a couple of worlds that have checks like right at the start of them. And we're just going to grab a few items before we actually do some more deeper visits to other worlds. You will notice that some of the chests actually look different. One of the randomizer features lets us customize the appearance of the chests based on what is inside of them. So these like black like small chests, those have junk items, which are usually just like stat booster items or potions or something like that. And we can actually skip those items because we don't really need to go out of our way to grab them. And it is a bit of a time delay to grab each of those chests. Next, we're going to go here to Space Paranoids, do another dip here. Yeah, other randomizer things. What's the goal of this randomizer? There are a couple different goals that the randomizer lets you do. The one that I will be doing today is Lucky Emblem Hunt. There are these little items around, little Mickey Mouse ears called Lucky Emblems, for anyone who's played Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah. There are 40 Lucky Emblems in the item pool, spread across all the various chests and checks. And I need 25 out of those 40 to finish the game. Goofy, please. Oh, cool. Okay. You notice I just picked up the scimitar. The way that this randomizer works is that a lot of the weapons for all the various party members in the Disney worlds, the randomizer reuses those items as the world unlock for that world. So I picked up the scimitar, which is Aladdin's weapon, which means I just unlocked the first visit to Agrabah.
Agrabah's one of the worlds that Threep likes to go to early because it's not a giant pain to do with little stuff.
Nope.
Ah, you got this.
There we go.
Okay. I hit the wrong one. Okay, that's fine. I have never messed up this minigame before.
Are you saying that's never happened before?
I am saying that has never happened before. But they're fine. We're out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, that scimitar was a good pull, because otherwise our early items have been not great.
The Roxas...
Yeah, I think...
Sorry, answering something in chat, the Roxas mod didn't only do stuff that's good on the costumes, it also did some music changes. It's a really, really good mod.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. So on top of this randomizer showcase, I am also going to be showing off another mod lets you play as Roxas the entire time. Including giving him his own costumes, here's Cat Roxas.
I hadn't seen Cat Roxas before.
I love him.
Hey, Lucky Emblem 1!
This naturally means that you aren't going to be fighting Roxas either.
Yeah. So yeah, now we're entering into our first actual visit to a world. We're going into the Pride Lands, the Lion King world. This is normally one of the last worlds that you go to, which means that the combat's actually very difficult. Except... wow! Okay.
Except...
Well,
It is difficult.
So yeah, the combat is difficult in this world, but the nice thing about Pride Land's first visit is that you actually can access most of the checks in this world by only having to do one combat, this combat right here. Which is a little difficult, but we're going to try to get through it by immediately using the reaction command of one of these enemies, and...
I've got to say, this is not where I expected you to go first. So we're already... I vetted the seed. I had some thoughts of where she might go. We're already off that. I'm the dungeon master who's now trying to invent stuff for the players. Good luck.
Yeah, so just a real quick side thing. I do have a tracker off to the side for my own purposes. Decided not to put it on stream just because it's a little bit of information overload.
Hey, Lucky Emblem kid.
Yeah, that's Lucky Emblem. So yeah, I knew I could look at a glance and see just how many important key items are going to be in all the worlds. I saw that ice cream is nice. I saw that Pride Lands doesn't have a lot going on in it, but just because a world doesn't have a lot of key items does not mean it's not useful. I can still get lots of abilities and lucky emblems as part of it.
You have certain important things that have no points as well, right?
Yeah, there's there is still going to be a final boss gauntlet at the very end at the world that never was, and those fights are still quite difficult. So there are some tools that I want to gather between now and then to make those fights a little bit easier for me, and those don't track as points or anything. Those are just randomly mixed throughout.
Pride Lands
Also,
looks really nice to navigate with how fast you can move.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the other benefit to it. On top of, you can just get pretty much every check in Pride Lands
This cat has zoomies.
right away. They can zoom.
Earlier, I picked up a answer report, and
Ooh, membership card, nice.
earlier I picked up an answer report. Those are normally in the vanilla game. Those are just like lore pieces.
Lore,
But
you
this
say?
randomizer, this randomizer reuses the answer reports as the hints. So that answer report that I picked up told me that Port Royal has magnet,
Ooh.
which is really nice. I like having magnet.
Did you say
Well,
Port
I'm
Royal
reading
has
up.
magnet?
Yes, it does.
You're not doing the seed that is this label.
Oh, okay. Thought I. Oh, well.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
lucky emblem 3.
Time to go look through all my notes and find out which seed you're doing.
Oh, actually, real quick. So again, once I mentioned before, Port Royal has a lot of checks really early, and that's the last check we're going to get here, and we're going to leave and hopefully never ever return.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because I have exhausted most of the rest of Port Royal's checks, or not Port Royal, Pridelands checks, and the rest that's left is just a lot of bad boss fights that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Real quick, I did start with a couple of Keyblades. I do not want to have... one of the other things that gets randomized by this randomizer is that all the Keyblades have random abilities and random stats. So you see Oathkeeper has Blizzard Boost, so I'm swapping over to that just because I don't want to have Berserk Charge. But having Berserk Charge available to me is nice for later. Hopefully I'll get to show that off. Real quick, while I do some menuing here, just some, for those who haven't really played many randomizers before, if you hear me call something a check, that is just any location where I could find a randomized item. So chests, completing boss fights, stuff like that. Actually, this is one of the first examples of a fight in Kingdom Hearts 2 that you could just lose. And
Maybe,
since I'm playing...
maybe turn off Donald and Goofy when you can.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, there are a number of fights in Kingdom Hearts 2 where you could just lose, and the game just continues going on. That is one of them. And we're going to change Donald and Goofy's AI to stop trying to fight, stop trying to help me. I don't want them to help me. I just want to die.
So, I have some extremely bad news
Uh-huh.
for this seed.
Yeah.
This is not the one that I called me approved one. This is the seed that is called, in all caps, Danger Do Not Enter.
Oh.
This is the first ever seed you had me vet, and it was terrible.
Ooh, wait.
Oh.
So we're in for a time.
We're in for a treat.
Oh. Okay.
I'm going to tell you right now that the usual things to avoid are no longer off the table.
Huh. Okay.
Brilliant.
Have fun.
Well, it's good.
Well, this means that everybody's going to get to hear some threepup noises.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, we got Reflect early.
I'm going to quickly assemble some notes on this seed because this is going to be interesting.
Come on, Leon, help us out.
Yeah, this is one of our first, actual combats that we're going to be doing, and we still don't really have tools other than this Reflect that we just picked up, which Reflect is really good for reasons I will showcase later, but in terms of fighting random, monster fights, it's not great.
Yeah,
So we'll see how this goes.
it's more
I
a
might
boss
have
killer
to,
tool than it is
I might have to leave and come back later.
doing pretty okay, though.
Your Berserk Charge is on your starting weapon, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. This is the seed.
Okay.
Brilliant.
out.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get vanilla fire.
So yeah, one of my favorite things about this randomizer is it lets you do things in KH2 that you normally would not have tools for, and also you have to figure out the ways to do things missing tools that you absolutely should have. I think at this point in the game, you should at least have Blizzard.
Yes.
Okay,
Instead, we're going to...
So we just got the Sword of the Ancestor from
Yeah.
that, which gives us access to
Land of Dragons.
Land of Dragons. But instead of that, we're going to do some quick menuing here to equip some of the things we picked up.
Hey, we actually got the
this girl.
experience boost this time. That's nice.
Yes, that will experience boost will be helpful a bit later when we try to do some experience grinding, because we had a money pouch.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So normally in KH2 you would be picking up like abilities when you level up at certain points, but those are also checks. So leveling up is also important for this run. And there will be some points in the run where I'll intentionally like make a point to grind out some levels, because on top of the checks locked behind the light darkness. That's good. On top of the checks locked behind levels, I also want levels for like stats and stuff.
I guess that's good once we get a single other drive form.
Yes, you saw us go over Light and Darkness. Light and Darkness is an ability that's normally on the 2 become 1 Keyblade, and it makes it so that whenever you go into a drive form, you either go into anti-form or final form. That is exciting for us because that basically means that Light and Darkness is a second way to unlock final form, one of the strongest drive forms in the game. We don't currently have a drive form, so there's not a whole lot we can do with that right now, but yeah.
Yeah. Agrabah is another really good early chest, because there's tons of chests, as you can see.
Yeah. There are tons of chests, and not a lot of required
Ooh,
combat.
Lucky Emblem 4.
Come on. Ow! Trying to destroy that. There's a chest
Lucky Emblem
underneath.
5.
It's a dead chest anyway. So we're gonna.
Hey, and
We got that.
Land of Dragons 2.
Yup.
Lucky Emblem 6.
We're actually at 8 out of 25.
Oh, are we? How did I miss 2?
Yes.
Alright.
We started with 1, and then another one happened at some point. Yeah, we are 8 out of 25 emblems for those who are trying to keep track at home.
So Lucky Emblem's not a problem this siege. Everything else a problem.
Yeah, when you say everything else a problem, I'm going through the seed spoiler log to make my notes, and there are more problems than I thought there were originally when I said this seed goes in the dumpster.
More torn pages. That's at least
This
kind
is
of free
possibly
check.
the worst seed I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just gonna be exciting.
Fine.
We want drama for the viewers.
Yeah. Hashtag content. Alright, we have just a little mini game here with the boo. I don't really know how this is supposed to be a challenge, because you kind of just sit here and mash triangle and then jump sometimes. And then there you go. On that note, it's probably a good time to mention that a lot of the mini games in KH2 have been altered in some way, and I'm about to go show that off right now, because I picked up a torn page, and I want to go say hi to Piglet. I did not think I would come back here to 100 Acre Wood, but because of recent developments, I'm a little bit worried about what might be in here. So, yeah, in the interest of saving time overall in the run, the 100 Acre Wood mini games have all been sped up in very hilarious ways, which I'm about to show off right now.
This is probably the funniest one. Oh, he spin.
Oh yeah, he's been.
sorry, did Pooh just go, hooray?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, he did. Hooray! Well, he's spinning at 300 miles per hour.
Call Roxas a Beyblade because he's about to let
Yeah,
it
he
rip.
is. Like... This is actually a secret Sonic run. This is.
You know, I prepared for a lot of things. I did not prepare for a Sonic run today.
Alright, we grab Piglet, and we're out of here again.
Yay!
For those who maybe aren't as familiar, 100 Acre Wood is a world full of minigames, and they're locked behind picking up torn pages. Which I'm going to... What do we have?
You got Disney Castle.
27 here. You have Disney Castle?
You got a membership card. Wrong thing.
Yeah. 21. Or not 21. We have 27 versus Twilight Town is 26. I'm going to go to Halloween Town first.
Speaking of
Alright.
fights we can lose.
Speaking of fights that we can lose, going into one right now. Also, everyone say hi to Goth Roxas.
Hi, Gothrox.
Hi, Goth Roxas.
Best Roxas.
Oh. I mentioned earlier that we picked up a money pouch. Money pouches are normally just like a flavor item that's given to you during the story. Oh, come on. Jack.
Donald
No,
dies,
Jack,
heals,
Jack,
dies immediately.
Jack, I love you, but I need you to calm down. Thank you.
Jack is just too good.
Okay. Yeah, I mentioned the money pouch. Normally, those are just like a story item you pick up. That's the lucky emblem number 10. The randomizer reuses the money pouch to give you a big chunk of cash, because normally we don't do much combat in this run, so we're usually missing out on some vital combat tools, or some vital money, which we will use. I will show what we use that for in just a second. Hey, speaking of
Santa Rock. Oh.
So yeah, two most important things I want to spend my money on are, let me look at my stats here real quick. Magic is already way higher, so we're going all in on that. So yeah, the most important things I want to spend my money on are stat boosting items, which I'm going to mash through those right now, and ethers. Ethers are the item we use to refill my MP, which we're going to go ahead and go equip those right now. There are 2 money pouches in the game. For the 2 that you're given during the game, there's the money pouch that you would normally get during the tutorial, and then the money pouch that Riku would give Sora later in the game. Are those actually the same money pouch? I don't remember.
Well, one's
Ow.
virtual. So.
Ow! Okay. That guy was being very mean.
One of the money pouches is made of data.
Yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts. Don't worry about it. Okay, so yeah, normally this fight is pretty difficult, which is why we like to go straight into Jack's Limit. Which spawns the next wave of 2 of these guys who I don't want to fight right now, so we're going to run away and throw out a Mega Elixir and then limit again.
Yay.
Right. So yeah, we normally don't use the party member limits very much. Most of them are not super great, but Jack is an exception. He has a very good one. As we're... Oh, interesting.
So many
Okay.
keyblades.
That's not a Keyblade.
Oh,
that's Flame Liberator,
Flame
which is
Liberator.
actually Axel's Keyblade, which means that means we have at least the first half of The World That Never Was open. That item is normally Way to the Dawn. in the vanilla randomizer for Riku's Keyblade, but for reasons, it's now Axel's Keyblade, and now we have half of what never was open, which is terrifying.
With only base reflect.
With only base reflect. There are 33 points in that world, though, so I may get to go show off a very funny strategy in just a few minutes. I guess I am going to grab this. Hey, 80 boost. We need those. There is some value to grabbing those junk chests. As I mentioned, they do have stat boosting items in them, which are good, because we don't really have time to level up our stats in a way that would prepare us for the final fights in a normal fashion like you would in the vanilla game. So we like to have those stat boosting items to get us to certain requirement benchmark floors that we want to hit. But in the interest of saving time, we don't open those chests, and that's why the randomizer also lets us add stat boosting items to the shop, and we can use our money pouch on that.
I have a question for you.
Chest. Yeah.
Have you looked at Donald's starting items?
Have I looked at Donald's starting items? Oh, hey, Fantasia.
Hey, Fantasia.
Wait, just Fantasia?
Yes.
Okay.
Ominous.
It says Donald's starting item here, the thing I'm looking at, so I don't know.
Might be in his... Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Great. Lovely. Okay, we have another tool.
That will hopefully help make the seed a little bit less terrible.
So, yeah. Forgot to... Oh,
hey, Thunder.
Forgot to check that, but yeah, when I mentioned that limits are not exactly super useful, there's one very, very glaring exception, and that is Flared Force, the Donald limit. I believe a Final Mix exclusive? Or no. I don't think so. But it is really good. I'll show it off here, because why not? So, one of the really cool things about Duck Flare is that you can still control Roxas during this limit, but you're invincible, which is really, really good. And we will be showing that off most likely a little bit later, if I can find some certain tools. Ow.
What kind of tools are you looking for it?
Right now I'm speaking purely on the Zigbar fight that will be coming up a little bit later, and I already have Berserk Charge, I have Duck Flare, so the only thing I'm really lacking at this point is Horizontal Slash.
Okay.
Alright.
I do have where that's written down, so...
We got another report here that said World That Never Was has a Thunder.
Good.
So that would be our second Thunder, that's good to know.
Good.
Before we continue on, I'm going to customize my menu here. I know Kingdom Hearts players have very particular opinions on where they place their magic. Don't judge me on mine, okay? Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll grab these junk items because I'm starting to feel a little bit worried about things, so I want some extra stats. As we're getting out of here, I think we're out of the early gauntlet of like information dump. Natalie, how you feeling?
Feeling great. We have so many drive levels and no drive forms. It's great. It's good. Thunder's nice. If once you get access to Port Royal, you can actually technically do it with a Thunder, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be great.
Yeah, that would be really great.
Yeah. Having Duck
feel?
Flare early is nice.
I'm a ball of anxiety, but I'm having a good time. This is I'm not kidding when I say this is the worst seed I've edited for you.
Hooray!
But maybe Duck Flare will make it not the worst.
Doug
I do
Flair
have
will
another
help a
terrible
lot,
seed that I've edited for you that you could play later if you want.
Other than like baseline anxiousness, I don't feel particularly worried about where I'm at right now.
Yeah, we still have tons of checks, like simple checks.
There's still tons of checks. I'll get to show off a really funny strategy for killing a certain boss fight just a little bit. I would like some combo modifiers, so I think after I'm done with this Twilight Town visit, I'm going to show off another feature of this randomizer. But having some magic for what's supposed to be a magic build is nice.
It is nice, yeah. Even the one thunder is a huge improvement.
You got that
Yes.
one. Okay, I know where you got that
was in
thunder from.
Twilight Town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking at things, what's my next game plan? That's another thing I'm always thinking about during KH2 randomizer stuff is just looking at what's available, looking at how many key items are still left in those worlds, and having to decide on the fly where I should go next. Like, we do not... I think World That Never Was is the play at this point.
Yeah.
Because we have Land of Dragons, but there's not a lot going on there. We have Olympus, but there's not a lot going on there. We do have STT, which is short for Simulated Twilight Town.
STT is
Which
the
is the
world where
tutorial.
Threep prefers. It's the tutorial world, yeah. Threep doesn't like doing STT because it's very, very, very slow. The thing that would speed it up is limit form, which I can tell you now because we're not running that other seed. But you were supposed to have limit form by now, but this is not the seed for that. So,
Yeah.
oh well.
Okay.
You instead. You have access to STT, but it is slow because you don't have limit form. Are there any other tools that speed it up?
Another thing that would speed it up is fire, which I also don't have currently.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go show off a really, really funny strategy.
Yay.
So, for those who haven't played Final Mix, there's a fight here where you would normally fight Roxas. In this case, you're fighting Sora because, of course.
The theme
And
here
we're gonna-
is notably Sora's theme.
Yes. Instead of the other promise, which is Roxas's theme. So we're going to play Keep Away with him for just a bit here, and then we're going to let him come up to us, and then we're going to pause buffer and input here. Now let's steal Sora's Keyblades. We're going to do one combo here to get him up against the wall, and now I'm just going to sit here and air dash next to him for the next 5 minutes.
So what's happening here is when threepup air dashes, the Keyblade that is Sora's that was stolen is kind of just flailing around in the sky near her, and so that's just doing splash damage over and over and over and over. And since we're never using the Keyblade, we aren't gonna give it back up. So we just get to hold on to this.
Yeah. Even though it does chip damage, this like Keyblade flailing does notably stagger Sora.
But also doesn't build any. There's revenge values in this game where if you attack enough, they'll then do counterattacks. This does not build that. It just works.
Yeah. It just works. And it's startlingly consistent. So for anyone at home who maybe struggles with this fight sometimes, try this.
Just do it.
The hardest
funny
part
enough-
seems to be the pause buffer.
Yeah, it's even harder. This strategy also works in the data fight version. It's just way harder.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, the pause buffering is really tight, and, like, Roxas has very quick reaction times in that fight. Or, sorry, Sora has very quick reaction times in that fight.
I guess they should say, yeah, we will not be doing super bosses in this seed, even in this supposed bad seed, so we will not see those data fights.
Yes.
Or Sephiroth, sadly.
Yeah, I turned those off because while I may be good at Kingdom Hearts 2, I am not quite on that level of good. So for my own sake, I tend to leave those off. On that note, since we still have a bit more here, other things I do for my own sake, I do start with a certain selection of items. The two most important ones are two abilities, Second Chance and Once More. Those abilities make it so that I can't be killed in one hit, and I can't be killed like from full to dead in one combo either. Those are normally abilities that are just randomly found throughout the pool. They do count as key items, but in the interest of making my seeds a little less miserable for me, I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to start with them. And that's one of the coolest things about this randomizer is like the degree of what freedom that you're given to customize your own settings however you wish.
Gosh, this seed really wants us to end it with, hey, there's a Royal Summons.
Yeah.
Wants us to end it with no tools, huh? Giving you all all the lucky emblems.
Listen,
Hey,
I
here.
wasn't kidding. The seed is something.
It's fine.
But it's okay.
fine.
You're gonna start to open up the seed a little more, pry it open just a little, and maybe you'll start to find some tools. Hopefully.
He's paranoid.
Yeah.
Too.
Surely
get
the
us,
seed
man.
couldn't be that cursed, right?
Surely.
Surely not.
One thing I'm going to do after we're done with this visit, which I'm going to be frantically flying away from these things because they will kill me. Okay, we're leaving. As you can see from Goofy getting killed in one hit. Yeah. Scary.
Harry.
So we're going to actually take a quick little break here to pop into the menu. And let us go to the answer reports, and we can actually look at, okay, horizontal slashes in Hollow Bastion.
Okay.
That's good to know.
That's good to know.
That is something you really wanted to know, so that's perfect.
Yes. Negative combos on form levels. Interesting.
Interesting.
Finishing. Okay, I do have Finishing Plus on Monochromes. I might go equip that. I did pick that up. Final Form has my other
Experience boost.
experience boost.
Well, as
which
soon
is
as we get a
really
drive
nice.
form, we can trigger that at least.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and equip that Keyblade. Now we have Finishing Plus. We're gonna go ahead. But I never actually did my shopping trip in this one. Okay. Buy that.
Oh, did we die after buying all that?
Yes. So the way that the autosave works in Kingdom Hearts is that you have to return to a safe, like a safe location after something. So like, because we did some menuing and then went into a combat and then died, the game did not autosave because we'd have to finish that combat in order for the autosave to take. So we're gonna pop all these candies again.
Delicious.
Go through my abilities, grab everything that I picked up and want to use later.
Ariel died.
Oh, you have light and darkness.
Yeah.
Sure do.
If only we had a drive form. We also have level 8 drive gauge and no drive form.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, do you have to have a drive form to use light and darkness?
Yes, we
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Oh, I see. Okay.
Hopefully it's in this courtyard. More torn pages.
Another torn page.
Oh.
Another answer report that says that Hollow Bastion has Genie.
More lucky
That's not-
emblems. That is the worst
That's not super.
summon to get
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, Genie is actually very powerful. I just don't know how to use them. So, yeah. As we're flying over here, I'll get to show off another really funny strat involving a certain monarch. So, we're gonna pop in here, grab the Olympus Stone.
Oh, good.
That's
You can use
all
your
those drive
you can
forms
use your
don't
drive
have.
forms in Olympus now.
Alrighty, so this is normally an escort mission involving everyone's favorite Minnie Mouse,
The most powerful white mage in Kingdom Hearts.
the most powerful white mage in Kingdom Hearts. The escort is very slow, so what we like to do is push her up against this wall here, and just push her forward, which is easier said than done because the wall is a wall, and Minnie has a rounded hitbox, so she likes to just like slip out from what you're doing, and also she likes to cast her magic spells and like move out like just ever so slightly. It's a whole thing, but that felt pretty good, so
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Much better than
It's
the
just-
practice scene.
Yeah. One of the funniest strategies in this game is just really funny to just push Minnie Mouse up a wall all the
Just
time.
push Minerva.
Everyone's favorite Minerva Mouse.
Yeah.
Over here. Over here.
Ow. Okay.
Minnie, we're
Now-
gonna need you to cooperate, please.
Yeah. So the strat for this is just let Minnie walk forward a few
Over
steps
here.
as far as I feel comfortable, and then
Get ready.
cast Faith to knock back all of the enemies that are nearby, and just repeat that over and over again.
Get ready.
While casting, you're immune to the stuff they're doing, which is very important.
Yep.
Ready. Over here. Get ready.
I guess we should mention, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 is a game that loves you to press this triangle button, or in this case Y, but it's a PlayStation game, first and foremost, so it'll always be triangle.
Yeah.
And you're, like, immune to a lot of things when you're pressing the triangle button. Great.
Yep.
Get ready.
Yeah. I guess on that note, apologies to the psychic damage for any Kingdom Hearts players who have to see Xbox buttons. I am playing on an Xbox controller.
How dare you.
I know. Explosion.
Explosion, that's
I
a
was
great
waiting for you to
part.
get that.
Incredible.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, that's
I
great.
am very relieved. When you found the
Yeah,
royal
I
summons,
feel-
I was happy.
I feel okay. I'm gonna turn on auto promise too, because why not? Explosion is a combo finisher, namely, probably the most important combo finisher in the game, especially right now because I'm a magic build, and
Your magic build with no
Explosion.
magic, but we have explosion, so
explosion scales off of your magic stat, which is really, really powerful. Looking at what I got, I really don't want to do STTs, so I'm gonna go into Land of Dragons instead.
yeah, it's probably push into Land of Dragons or like Olympus.
Olympus will not have progression in it
Oh,
because
okay.
it currently has 7 points in
Okay,
it.
yeah.
So I'm looking for progression right now, which I think progression could really only be in here or in STT.
It'd be so funny if it's all in STT.
It would be really funny, yeah. The reason why we don't like doing the Land of Dragons is because we have to do these missions, and they're quite slow.
They are quite slow. They're also nice to level up drive forms, which we don't have.
Yes. But it's fine.
It's fine.
By the way, you're seeing explosion at work whenever Roxas knocks down his keyblade. It's really, really good.
It's really, really good.
What are the little orbs that are all over the place?
So, Kingdom Hearts 2 loves to make you pick up lots of little balls. There are like 6 separate mini-game mechanics that just involve you picking up orbs everywhere. In Land of Dragons, the orbs represent morale, and if the morale gauge on the left runs out, you lose the mission. So we don't want to do that. We will rarely ever get that low, but it is a thing to keep in mind. And it will not be the only time you see orbs today. That I promise.
We already saw some in Space Paranoids.
There was some orbs in Space Paranoids. There will be some orbs in State Simulated Twilight Town, which I am assuming I will have to go to soon.
Yeah, it's looking likely.
going to be a little miserable, but we'll make it work.
Just our damage is okay, even without limit form.
Yeah, our damage is fine. We have Thunder, which will speed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Not as much as it would speed up if we had Fire, but
Yeah.
it will do the trick.
Hopefully, we might have to grind some limit or some form levels once we finally start getting drive forms, because we're burning through the things where you would just naturally do it.
Yeah, there are 19 points on drive forms, which is a pretty significant number at this point.
Especially to have 0 drive forms.
Yeah.
We have so many Keyblades, though.
We have a lot of Keyblades. Though I don't think I'll really use many of them. This Keyblade has finishing plus. It is
Blizzard, nice.
Wow.
Okay.
That's great.
Support Royals free once we can finally get to it.
Yeah.
What's the world item for Port Royal?
The skill and crossbones.
I see.
You can't keep doing this, Mia.
She can't keep getting away with this.
Keep getting away with it.
Listen, I have no blame here. I explicitly said don't use this seed.
I thought I had the right one.
I know. Well, I can tell what happened, by the way. Because this was the first seed I ever vetted, and the first 3 seeds were not good. The first seed of the second set you sent me was good. So you probably thought it was, yeah, it was one set off.
Was one off. No. It's fine.
It's fine. We'll be fine. We have plenty of time.
You're doing pretty great.
Yeah.
And we have more
Yeah,
curse to come.
Oh, good.
You may be noticing me doing some wild things here and not putting Cure on my bar. I know. And you're like, but threepup, aren't you playing on critical, the highest difficulty in the game? And yes, this is correct. But please also consider that I am playing on critical, the highest difficulty in the game, and everything basically one-shots me anyway. I do not actually really need to have that quick of access to Cure.
No.
Usually, I just end up dying anyway if I'm in a bad situation.
He'll most be used for Berserker.
Yeah, for those who aren't as aware with Kingdom Hearts, especially in the higher difficulties, critical is actually a interesting difficulty in that it doesn't just like make the enemies more difficult. It will also increase Roxas's damage output. And it also gives you a certain set of starting abilities in the vanilla game. In the randomizer, those starting abilities are randomized. So I got a bunch of random items to start with.
Alright, I went and I looked up where the skill and crossbones are.
Aha.
Yeah.
Cool. Love it.
This section coming up always seems to really, for people who haven't played Kingdom Hearts before, it always seems to really get them confused. So, Cell, I'm excited for your reaction.
I'm excited to see it, question mark?
You remember the scene in Mulan, right?
Definitely.
Are these bees?
Great question. So yeah, this is basically an auto-scroller section of just fighting through a bunch of random enemies. It's usually a good time to level up limit form, but, you know,
If only we could
we
keep
make
the
do with what we have and don't have.
It's over.
Chat is now cheering for bees.
Yeah,
Excellent.
bees.
Incredible.
Let's see your bee emotes, chat.
Yes, let's see all the bees.
Would anyone care to guess what these are actually called?
They're bees.
They are bees.
I do not know the name of the Heartless, so you're gonna have to fill me on that.
They're called rapid thrusters, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Man,
Yeah, ebixes. Thank you, CC.
We still have 5 points here in Land of Dragons. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this world out,
Yeah.
since that might be progression, and also we do have Land of Dragons 2, which the second visits to all of the Kingdom Hearts worlds are generally pretty low priority, because they're usually just like, go kill a couple of bosses. There's usually not, like, you usually get all the chests in a world in the first visit. Land of Dragons is an exception in that there's like 6 or 7 chests in the throne room,
Yeah.
and unless you are very good at the video game and have access to some drive forms, you cannot access the throne room without
Visit 2, yeah.
visit 2. I have only done the throne room skip glitch once, and it took me like half an hour of grinding at it, so I don't go for it. And even still, it requires you to have like final form and master form, which I have neither of those things.
That would be nice if we had both of those, you know?
Yeah, you know, we make do with what we have. We have explosion.
We have it.
are you still in Land of Dragons 1 or 2?
One.
One.
The final boss of Land of Dragons 1.
Oh, okay. So most first visits have a boss at the end, generally, I'm guessing?
Yes.
It's usually the Disney boss. Like, in one exception.
Ow, ow.
So, yeah, we're pretty well equipped. Deal with Shania.
Yeah.
If he'd stop doing his...
He's being a brat, though.
He is being a brat.
There we go.
So I did kind of like purposely take some damage drain just because I know that I have auto limit equipped, which is an ability that lets me change into limit form when I get to a certain HP threshold.
I imagine you can't, like, drive form level up with that, though.
You can. It's not in logic.
Okay,
Which,
okay.
for those who aren't familiar with randomizers, the randomizer has an internal logic of like saying like this is the path that it expects you to take to finish the seed, and when you do things that the game that the randomizer doesn't intend for you to do, that's called being out of logic.
Hey, who's this guy?
Usually, yeah, who's this guy? I don't know who this is. Yeah, we're in Simulator Twilight Town. It's the tutorial. It's gonna be kind of slow, but we'll just get to hang out and have a good time. To finish the explanation from earlier, using the auto forms, it does not count as like having that form, so it is technically out of logic. So anything I would get from leveling up my drive forms with those abilities is not like considered what I need to do to finish the game, unless there's it is a setting to turn that on. I just don't.
Hi, Cypher.
Yeah. The problematic part about Simulated Twilight Town is that this world actually has a good amount of checks in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that they are extremely backloaded. And there's a lot there's a lot of tutorializing that the game expects you to do first before you can get to basically any of the checks in this world.
It's over.
This thing's kind of a jerk.
Yeah,
he's invulnerable for this section.
Yeah, the game expects you to get a certain number of attacks on the nobody here before it lets you get your Keyblade back and finish it. For those who have played KH2 before, you may be noticing some weird things. More weird than just, the fact that I'm this weird brown-haired kid.
Yeah, what a weird guy.
The randomizer lets us keep all of our movement abilities from the main game, which is really nice, because otherwise we'd be walking everywhere. Shoutouts to taking safety saves.
Yeah, fair.
Sometimes the randomizer can crash, and we don't want that to happen. So, we'll take some safety saves here and there. But yeah, so we get to keep our movement, which is really nice. And we also get to keep our magic, which is even nicer. Even nicer than that, which we won't get to see here, we also get to keep our drive forms, which normally isn't relevant because all of the other drive forms require us to like eat one of our party members.
Are you just
Except for
Are you just skipping the quests by just skipping the scenes?
Yeah,
Incredible. Sorry, please continue.
we just picked up Stitch, which is really
that
nice.
is
Actually,
nice.
we just need a magnet, which is I don't know where those are.
Well, we know where one is. In Port Royal.
yeah.
Or in the world that never was, right?
No, it's in Port
Port
Royal.
Royal. We really need to get to Port Royal.
We really need to get to Port Royal. Yeah, so drive forms. Drive forms eat your party members normally. Like Valor form consumes Goofy, Wisdom form consumes Donald. So that would normally mean we can't use drive forms here in Simulated Twilight Town because we don't have our party members with us. Except Limit form, which is a Final Mix exclusive for those who never played Final Mix. It's a drive form that's a reference to KH1 and lets you use a lot of the limits from KH1. And it notably does not need any party member to function. So it means it is the only drive form that you are allowed to use in STT, which would speed things up tremendously. But you don't know where it is. So, you know, that's just how it be sometimes.
That do be how it be.
I love all these little areas. They're so pretty.
Oh yeah,
I'm serious.
the dives to the heart. The dives to the heart are some of my favorite like pieces of imagery of Kingdom Hearts. Just since we're here in the tutorial and have much else to talk about, just like this, just the stained glass motif of everything. The dives to the hearts is just gorgeous. This mod actually has some stained glass made just for it. I'm pretty sure because I don't think this is in any cage game. Because we have a dive to the heart just for Roxas and Naminé, which is really cute. Also, this part gets sped up just like the 100 Ica mini games. So if you're wondering why it looks really weird, that's why.
Yeah, you have to do that once, always. So.
Yeah, we're actually going to slow roll my damage here, because if I damage him too much, he's going to do that again, and that's just a big waste of time, so.
I think you got it.
Yeah. We're fine. We're out of there.
Nicely done.
See you, Twilight Thorn. We'll never see you again.
Never again. Yeah, that gets us out of there. Which sadly means it's time for the actual worst part of this world, which is the struggle phase.
Are you saying it gets with the struggle?
It sure will be. We'll see how it goes. So normally I like to have limit form for these because it really decimates these enemies. I don't have that. I normally like to have fire, but I still don't have. So we're gonna use thunder probably.
Hey, speaking of orbs.
Speaking of orbs, so yeah, the goal of these struggle fights is to just beat up our friends and gather orbs.
No more playing around.
I think
A classic.
I think
first
this
party.
foam sword battle. I think using thunder might be cheating.
I think so too, but these struggle fights normally last a very long time,
No more playing around.
or you can speed them up by gathering every possible orb, all 200.
Yeah.
So that's what we try. That's what we aim to do here. So we get to end the match early. So that was not bad. So we're not in any real threat of losing these battles. The problem is trying to end them as quickly as possible. Here's Vivi. Shout out to Final Fantasy IX
Shout out to Final Fantasy.
as I hit poor Vivi with lightning.
Somehow, this section specifically of Kingdom Hearts 2 is the only time we get FF9 representation and the only time we get FF6 representation.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's really weird.
Vivi is not a Nomura design, right?
Nope. Everything else is always a Nomura.
Yeah, everything else Kingdom Hearts that's in these games is like stuff that Nomura, the director of the game, had a hand in.
Yeah.
Except, I think he just really liked Vivi.
I think
Which, like,
Yeah,
fair. I
Vivi.
also really like
Fair.
Vivi.
Vivi's pretty cool.
Vivi is
Vivi's
pretty
really cool. Now we get to see this red-haired guy.
Who's that?
I wonder who he is.
I think that's Sora.
Oh, that's Sora?
Yes. Yes.
Funny enough, you think you might have named like one of the few people in this game that isn't Sora in some way or form.
More torn
We have
pages.
so many torn pages.
It really wants
think
you
we're
to do
gonna
100
go.
Acre Woods.
I think we're gonna go to 100 Acre Wood after this. It might be a trap, but we'll see how it goes. Picking up orbs, hanging out with friends.
Setzer is Final Fantasy 6, by the way. Yes, this is the one Final Fantasy 6 character in any Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. He's the gambler, and I guess that fit this.
Yeah. There's also like an FF8 character in here.
Yeah,
right?
Cypher is
Oh.
FF8.
Cypher, and then like one of his friends are also Final Fantasy characters, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Setzer is actually a Nomura design. That's why he's the only FF6 representation.
Yes. Alright, so now we're past the struggle fights. The world will start to open up a little bit. Including, we're gonna go here to Sunset Station, which will have our first, like, actual good, like, chunk of chests to open. One
of these days,
Name
I'm gonna
the-
watch you have limit form for STT.
So that is not
Not
this
yet.
day.
Today's not that day. Final form. Fascinating.
All right.
Well,
Now,
we
I
don't
want to
need
remind
light darkness anymore.
everybody's watching at home. We've had access to STT from the beginning.
We sure
He also got
did.
Light and Darkness really early, but now who cares?
Yep. Don't need that anymore. Yeah, so Final Form, it's really good. It's one of the strongest forms in the game. I may not end up using it as much as you would expect I would. Just because it's got some niche, it's got some quirks in that it needs all your party members alive, and some of the hardest fights in the game do not give you your party members.
We also still don't have fire, which is very strong with Final Form.
Final Form Fire is very, very strong. We don't have the fire. I'm actually going to make a decision here and depart STT early, because there are only 3 points left in STT.
That's fair.
That would mean that there's only a report or a summon, and Peter Pan could still be in there, which would be
Peter
really
Pan
nice.
would be nice.
This is a
Backdraft
proof.
wouldn't be
We don't need
the
these,
worst.
but I'm going to open it anyway because it has a cool animation.
And we have a crown.
That was a pretty
Yay.
cool animation.
And now we have a cool hat.
Roxas, that's a stick.
Roxas. Wait, that's a stick.
It's a stick. I can improvise.
Reference?
That is, it is a reference to. So that is actually a reskin of a different weapon that's only randomizer exclusive. To make it a reference to Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. So, shout outs to everyone who played that game. I hope you're doing all right.
Here's an old throwback. Anytime I think of games giving you a stick as a weapon before a sword, I think of Fable, like the original.
Oh.
You have that guildmaster saying, "Use your stick," in your ear constantly until you finally actually attack with it.
Yes, this is also significantly sped up, by the way. All the minigames are sped up.
Yes, this is significantly sped up.
Also, we
This
can't die.
Actually, you can.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Yes, I'm just
You're
good.
just
I'm
good.
just good.
Yeah,
That's all I
yeah,
want. But yeah, you can die at this, which can be difficult to learn when you're first starting out. Just because, yeah, it goes very quickly.
Yeah, speaking of, really big shoutouts to Threep for this is, like I said, this is the worst seed I've ever seen when vetting and stuff, and she's just killing it. She's doing great. She's good at this game.
Yeah, she is.
I may have to admit that yes, I am in fact good at the video game.
Gonna have you compliment yourself live on Twitch.tv.
Oh no.
The horror.
Do we have spooky cave access? We might have spooky cave access. That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe? Hooray!
What fun.
Listen, Rock.
What fun!
Comfy, spiky hair. He's great to ride it on.
And every single voice line out of Pooh is just sending me.
I think we have spooky caves. We're gonna pop in. Yep.
Yep.
So like this section right here is kind of like the mother load for 100 Acre Wood. Every other like torn page only has like 3 checks locked behind it. This section has like 6. We're going to start by immediately leaving our friends behind because they're going to slow us down. And do a quick little trip here to grab all the chests that are locked in here.
Oh, speaking of bees.
Those are bees!
There actually are bees.
Shoutouts to bees.
That's a lucky
More
emblem.
lucky envelopes.
I have a question from chat for you, Threepup. Are we gonna yeet the bear this seed?
I think we might.
We might have to.
Actually. I think we might have to, because there's nothing in here.
Trinity limit, okay.
I think that would have been pretty good earlier, but...
Yeah. I mean, we started with Fantasia, so like...
We are actually going to finish this minigame, because I think
the
last check, I think we need to actually do...
is Yeet the Bear.
Is
I
this
think we
Spooky
actually
Cave?
will need to yeet the bear. Yeah, this is Spooky Cave.
Spooky Cave.
Oh, I
based
see,
on the
okay.
Direct-to-DVD film, Winnie the Pooh's Grand Adventure.
No. You can actually jump over the triggers that spawn those bees. It's kind of finicky to do sometimes.
Wait, jumping, finicky, and Kingdom Hearts cave? It's never happened
I
before.
know, right?
Can you explain the courage bar to me?
So it's just it's a gauge that tracks how brave your brave troop is feeling. When it empties, you have to go gather all your friends back and rebuild their courage.
Okay.
Because they're just scared.
Yeah. You just gotta calm your friends down.
No. I tried to jump over the trigger for that, but it's okay. Alright.
Eeyore, no!
Eeyore.
Come on!
Eeyore,
No,
please.
please. Light.
We're gonna walk on over here, and hey,
Hey, it's Pooh.
so yeah, we'll have to come back later.
Hey, skill and crossbones.
Never mind. Never punished. We're going to Port Royal, everyone.
Oh, jeez.
Second,
All right.
And
Second
reminder that Threepup picked up a blizzard earlier in Land of Dragons, so Port Royal is free.
Yep.
yeah, this
Yeah, we have Blizzard, we have Thunder.
So the pirates in this game are very resistant to physical damage, but they're very weak to magic. So we like to come here when we have some kind of magic to make this a lot easier. Because you'll watch right here, just. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh yeah, we're one-shotting them.
That seemed a lot faster than the last time you had to be in here.
Yeah.
When we were doing the practice seed for this, Threepup had to do Port Royal with 0 magic. And she was a magic build, like she had low physical attack, but didn't have any magic. So it was a slog.
Luckily, we one-shot the pirates now.
Yeah, luckily, we want, like, ideally, I want to go into Port Royal with Blizzard and Thunder for reasons you'll see that are really funny later.
Yeah.
And I want to have, like, at least, like, around 25 magic, which I think we have plenty of.
I think we've got enough. Yeah. Hey, Thunder! And
Master Form. In Master Form. It's all coming together. I wasn't even worried for a second. Nope. Alrighty. So yeah, I'm feeling there's still 30 points left in this world, which I guess to explain that, but when I'm saying that like there are points left in the world, so every key item, drive forms, world unlocks, magic, summons, and reports has a point value assigned to it, between like 3, 5, 7, or 9, based on how important it is. And my tracker tells me a sum of how many points are in a world, which is the sum of the point values of all of the key items that are in there. So 30 points is still a lot, and is no longer the highest number on the board right now. Hollow Bastion has 33, but it's definitely up there. Alright, entering into this. This is be a good opportunity to try and get some experience grinding if we can, because I have experience boost, and this is another auto-scroller section. These pirates actually have a lot of experience on them, so I'm going to take some intentional damage here, and the experience boost doubles your experience gain if you're below half health. So apologies to everyone's ears, but we're going to have to hear this sound for a while. Or not, actually.
Or not, because you still have auto promise on.
I still have auto promise on, so we're in a second to level up promise farm for a little bit.
What is
So, limit form.
It's limit form. It's all the big different as
Oh, right, okay.
It's just called something different for fun reasons. I'm gonna revert and take some more intentional damage here. Take a little bit more intentional damage here, and get back to grinding. I mashed triangle again, and we did the thing. It's fine. That was a little messy. I could have taken advantage of that a bit more, but yeah.
The signal.
Another thing you'll be noticing is that when I'm on the boat here, when you're traveling to new locations, there's usually these random encounters. Again, Kingdom Hearts 2 is a game that encourages you not to play it, so you can just go enter the ship again and be fine. It's really funny.
Yeah. But when you don't play it.
Hi, I'm back.
Hi, welcome back.
My Discord lagged out for a few minutes there.
We're just one-shotting more pirates. That's fine.
Yeah, it looks like it's going real well.
And as you remember in the movie, the pirates are only weak in the moonlight. That happened in the movie, right?
Yeah.
That's how that works.
I have not seen the Pirates movies in a very long time. Only thing I remember from those movies is this song, which is very good, and I'm glad they got it back for the combat music.
Yeah.
I think in like the original version they didn't have
Japanese
it or something. There was like a MIDI version.
Have it, yeah. Oh yeah, then there's the really bad MIDI. Magnet, nice.
Yes, that's Magnet. Finally, that means I know what I'm doing next, and it means it's more auditory nightmare for everyone involved. So I apologize. But we'll see that a little bit later after we get out of this visit.
It's like the one reaction command that you're actually vulnerable during.
Yeah, this part can be a little annoying because like we don't really want to kill the Heartless here,
It's
but also like, yeah, it's fine. We got out of there pretty quick. So we're doing really good so far. There's only 13 points left in this world,
nice.
which means it's probably likely that we will not need to come back, which is very nice. Just a quick update for those following along at home.
More yeah.
I have 15 out of 25 Lucky Emblems that I need to finish the game, and I have one, I'm going to call it Way to the Dawn, but that's not what it's called in the game.
Yeah.
Which is the World Unlock item for, which is the World Unlock item for World That Never Was. So currently we have World That Never Was unlocked up into the Zigbar Luke Sword fight. We'll need one more to actually finish the game. This is the strategy I was mentioning earlier. Barbosa is also very weak to magic, and we can just sit here and air juggle him
This is incredible.
endlessly.
Oh, he's getting stuck in the stalactite.
Yeah,
He sure is.
you just put him in the ceiling.
So funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 2 is a serious game.
2 is a serious game. I remember when
No,
Jack
he
Sparrow
deserves
did that
it.
in the movie.
Yeah. We're going to take a quick little break here and pop some candy
Delicious.
and equip some new abilities we picked up, like Aerial Spiral, Aerial Finish,
Maybe
Unity
turn off
Limits.
Auto Promise? I don't know. Or are we doing any
I
more?
probably will not be using it, so yeah.
Just in case you want to do any
other-
more EXP boost stuff.
Like right now.
Like right
no.
now in Space Paranoids, yeah.
So, we're going to customize Tron here. We don't want him to attack. And then we're going to change my Keyblade out here because Final Form gave me a Keyblade that has experience boost on it.
Nice. Right, yeah.
None of these look amazing, so I'm going to put that on. Just so I can put this Keyblade on right now. So we now have 2 experience boosts. Which means I believe 3 times experience?
I think that's right.
And we'll actually get to see one of my favorite Disney characters, and all around goodest boy, which I'll leave for a little bit of a secret until we actually get there. But yes, actually, I cannot have double experience boost because I need finishing plus. No. So that's fine. 1 experience boost is plenty. So before we go into this next section here, I'm going to stay here and let these guys wall up on me for a little bit. Because once again, experience boost only works if you're at half health or below. Which Tron, I love you. I love your movie. Okay. Alright, we're going in now. So, once again, apologies, you're gonna hear this noise for a while, but...
Unless Tron heals you again.
He should only have 1 potion on him, so I hope not. So yeah, the way that this minigame works is we're going to be defeating enemies and collecting orbs. Ow. Oh, that scare you? Okay, yeah, that was a little rough there, but we're fine.
You did some menuing before. Make sure none of that's reset.
We changed into a room transition
Okay.
there, so the menuing was saved. But my health dropping wasn't, so we're gonna go leave and do that real quick. So yeah, to explain how this works, this is a quote-unquote minigame where I'll be having to gather orbs to like disable this software of a computer or something. I don't know. We get orbs by defeating the enemies here, and once we've cleared out 2 of the 3 terminals, enemies are going to be spawning endlessly and in huge waves. So what we'll be doing is purposely not finishing the minigame and letting enemies spawn at us over and over again and getting a bunch of XP off of it. And while we're here, summon the goodest boy, It's time for Stitch.
I was gonna say, I don't think your favorite Disney character's in this game.
No, my actual favorite Disney character is Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, who is not in this game, though I hope he is.
Bonus
would be
points
very
if he's in the next one.
Yeah.
So, why is the goodest boy here? So the main reason why Stitch is here is because he will sometimes lick my MP bar and refill it. Which is really helpful because I'm casting Magnet over and over again and comboing it straight into an explosion to kill all of the enemies around me.
Yeah, very hard actually.
Just
I'm
in the
gonna
right
lick my
seconds.
MP bar and refill it.
Yeah. Stitch is also Stitch being such a good boy right now. Like, look at him go.
Yeah.
Look at him. Isn't he the best?
Bad.
I love Stitch.
Don't you all normally lick your MP bars? I do.
Yeah.
That's how I get my MP refilled, yeah.
Yeah.
Question for the chat. What does mana taste like? Is it blue raspberry? It's blue raspberry, right?
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
It depends on the color of your MP bar. If it's blue, it's blue raspberry. Sometimes it's sour grape if it's purple.
Does that mean,
Oh, we're gonna
does
finish
that
the
mean
game out before we-
HP is green apple or cherry, depending?
I'm gonna call it green apple. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, health potions are red, which means they're cherry.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lime MP bar before.
Oh. Ooh. So that experience grind went pretty well. We're level 30 now, which is nice. We don't actually need to finish out this visit though, so I'm gonna leave again.
Mm-hmm.
An important thing we picked up during that level grind was an ability called Flash Step, which is a gap closer. It lets Roxas jump to an enemy, which is really nice for making the combat flow a lot better. Looking at things now, there are 7 points in Olympus, 7 points in Pride Lands. I'm going to go to Olympus because we haven't touched that yet. We do have our second ice cream, which could be good as well for after.
Yeah.
Ice cream is for Twilight Town?
Ice cream unlocks Twilight Town, yes. Twilight Town is unique in that it is the only world that has 3 visits, so there are 3 ice creams in the pool. STT is also unique in that there's only 1 visit, so there's only 1 item, the nominee sketches.
Mm-hmm.
That's a junk item. So yeah, Olympus. I'm happy that we don't have to do it very early, because there's a section coming up called the Hades Escape, which is just overall one of the hardest things to do in this game. Like even in like the vanilla speedrun, it's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
We're going to actually take a break here and equip Shock Charm Plus, which is an important equipment that increases the power by thunders.
He's saying it's a secret tool that'll help us later.
Yeah.
Dang.
We are now at
All the
we have
lovely,
a lot of
lucky
emblems.
emblems. Are we there yet?
We are 19 out of 25 lucky emblems away from finishing.
Dang. And we need one more Flame Liberator.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be kind of gated by Flame Liberator and not lucky emblems this time, which
Yeah.
is okay. If anything, that's probably better, just because I know where I have a reasonable idea where Flame Liberator could be, whereas like I don't really know where
Lucky emblems could
lucky
be.
emblems are. I kind of have to find them here and there.
Yeah.
I would rather be gated by Flame Liberator than be gated by.
I have a sneaking suspicion that you're going to be gated. Oh, is Flame Liberator the Way to the Dawn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, then yes. Yeah.
It's the rename in with this mod. Yeah.
Yeah, now you're seeing with that flash step, I'm now like jumping over to enemies now a lot faster. That's really, really nice to have.
You know, that's a great idea. We are feeling the heat right now, so y'all hydrate.
Yeah, everyone, stay hydrated. The streamer says, as she hasn't had a drink of water in a minute.
You've also been doing
Everyone
a lot of
includes
talking,
you.
so yeah, next time you get a moment, take a sip of water.
Do that right now.
Speaking of water, wait.
Alrighty. We're gonna go fight the other goodest boy here in just a second. That was a pretty good Hades escape. I feel
Yeah.
pretty good about that.
I think
didn't
this is
even
the
really
first
need to pop
time
in the final form.
in a while that I've seen you have to do a Hades escape like with tools. Normally I see
Yeah.
you in there and you've got nothing because it's early and it's miserable.
We even have the Olympus
So-
Stone if we wanted to drive for.
This is a good time to talk about another mechanic in Kingdom Hearts 2. We won't see it here, but there are a number of story fights in the game where if you are defeated during them, a certain other monarch will appear to help you out in the battle. That being, the Mickey Mouse will show up to help you out and can actually bring you back to life. There are some times, and I think it's more seen in the 90% speedrun, where they will actually take intentional deaths at certain points. Because the first fight that Mickey can spawn in, if it's a fight that Mickey can spawn in, and it's your first time with Mickey, he is guaranteed to spawn.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I'm having to do Olympus early, I will sometimes take an intentional death to Cerberus, because Cerberus is a fight that Mickey can spawn in. And Mickey is just much faster at that fight than I am. If it's early, at
If
least.
it's early, yeah.
Hey look, more orbs.
More orbs.
This is another minigame that gets sped up. All of the orbs have like just
Max
a
out your
million
orbs.
orbs in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. Oh, I forgot I got Beast Castle. That's where we're going after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have gone there instead of this, but that's okay.
That's okay.
I already got some lucky umpums out of this, so I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
What are we hunting for right now?
Flame Whip,
right-
maybe more Reflect.
Yeah. I would want another Reflect. I want another Magnet.
Yeah.
I
Fire?
would love Limit Farm, but I don't think we're seeing that. Fire would be nice. We know where Horizontal Slash is in Hollow Bastion,
Hmm.
and I would really like that because that will help the Zigbar fight. And I'll get to show off a really cool strat for that. I also need some kind of strategy for Syx, which means I need to find Peter Pan, or I need to find 2 negative combos, which I don't even have one yet, so that's a
Yeah.
little alarming.
I'm looking at where all 3 of those things are right now. And when I told you
Magnet Bridge.
earlier that the seeds cursed stuff isn't over yet, this is what I mean.
Ah, fascinating.
Fascinating.
Well, I'm over here. I'll open this. Ah,
Yes,
yay,
the
Second
trophy.
trophy.
Hooray.
Good, we don't have to wait for that one.
Undeniable proof that you totally owned those lamers.
Dance, water, dance.
Uh,
Goodbye.
so here we have our first encounter with Demix. For those who are way too lost in the Kingdom Hearts sauce like I am, shoutouts to the Master of Masters.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I recognize this as Demix, but this isn't the area I remember you fighting him last time, so now I know that you can
Yeah,
find him in
The
more than one spot.
the canon first fight with Demix.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
water.
like a tutorial for like the actual boss fight against him a little bit later.
Yeah.
Because you have to do this like mini game mechanic of defeating all of these water forms. Which we gotta add that. We'll see that again most likely later in the run.
Yeah.
Whenever I get access to Hollow Bastion again, which it does not look like we're getting. I think I will actually finish out this visit.
That's fair.
Finishing
Finishing
lead.
leads.
Nice.
Did we,
We
do
have
that
Master
here?
Form, so we have a good opportunity to level Master Form here.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and finish out this visit.
Hey, it's Pete. He's in this
Yeah.
game.
Is this our first Pete fight?
Yeah.
Yeah. We met him in the Mysterious Tower, but yeah, this is the first Pete.
Yeah, we saw him, but we didn't fight him before. Now we get to kick his butt.
Yep. This section is heavily truncated from vanilla game. I think there's like 2 different phases of it or something, but yeah, it's shortened down to 1. Another quality of life thing that the randomizer does is it shortens a lot of the boss fights, which we might. It's like, how much points are left in? I'm gonna keep moving. How many points? 15 points are still left in Halloween Town. We might go see another one of those quality of life changes to a boss fight.
Yeah. That's fair. Hey,
You first.
if you like fighting Pete in Kingdom Hearts games, may I recommend a little game called Kingdom Hearts Recoded?
Hydra, I'm asking you to behave. Thank you.
Hydra.
Get up on the Hydra's back! You're gonna hear Goofy yelled at a lot very
It's,
soon.
Pete, actually.
Please, it's Phil.
Phil, sorry.
Sorry, what?
Phil is who
It's actually
yells,
Phil who
not
says
Goofy.
it.
Oh, okay.
I
Phil, it's
picked the wrong
Goofy.
form. That sucked. Ah, it's not enough. That's fine.
Yeah, so you remember
Oh,
you
yeah, that's not
really
Goofy.
powered
Okay,
up your
alright.
drive game. So Master Form levels up by what else? Collecting orbs.
Collecting orbs.
Kingdom Hearts 2, everyone.
So, on top of this being a good opportunity to level Master Form, it is also
Extremely good.
Master Form is really good for this.
It does a lot of sweeping, multi-hit attack. Keeps you in the air forever.
I was about to ask why your party members are gone, and then I remembered, oh wait, Master
We
Form
ate them.
keeps your party members, yeah.
Messed that up. But, Roxas?
Roxas?
Thank you.
Roxas?
That was weird. I messed it up a little bit right at the end there, but it's fine. There are other opportunities to level up Master Form.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good thing. Oh, hey,
Hey, another
that's
card.
actually
That's
that's
really
actually
nice.
worth going into.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go to Hollow Bastion.
I say, yeah, I think it's all of Bastion. Speaking of Temix.
Wait, Merlin is in this game?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Okay, I am sold. I am officially sold.
Merlin teaches you magic in the first game.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do quite as
He's
much
also-
too, but
Out of curiosity, how many points does it say that Hollow Bastion has?
33.
That's a lot.
hey, who's that spiky haired
probably
emo
means-
boy?
Yeah, we don't even know who that is.
I don't know what that is.
You might have noticed me for a second pop out of this world and pop into a world that never was. Sometimes the randomizer can get a little confused, and a good foolproof way to fix things when like visits aren't working is to leave and enter a world that never was once, and then go back to whatever you were doing.
It's a very odd interaction.
Yeah.
For the folks in chat who may be interested in running this randomizer, how would you notice that something's not working right, that you would want to go do that?
So it's a good rule of thumb that when you enter a world, there should be a cutscene to start.
Yeah.
And if you enter a world and you just enter the world, that means like if you expected that you picked up an item that would unlock the next visit and you're not getting that cutscene, something's probably up. So you should leave the world and go to a world that never was, and then come back. Magmira.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Give us
Um,
Reflega now. Reflega and Peter Pan, and another Flame Liberator.
I guess on the note of people who might be interested in this randomizer, for those who might be interested in this randomizer, it works on PC. That's what I'm playing on right now. It works for both the Steam version and the Epic Games version, depending on whichever one you may have at that time. Oh, cool. Finishing Plus, that's not on a Keyblade. Cool.
Nice.
I really recommend this randomizer. It's really fun. It, like, kind of turns KH2 into a roguelike, which, like, as a roguelike enjoyer, that's really good to me.
Roguelikes? Did I hear roguelikes?
I know,
Roguelike
right?
mention? Yeah.
It at least, like, gives you that same feel of, like, creating a build out of the tools that you have available to you and just trying to, like, figure things out from there. We finally found fire! like the cavemen, like the cavemen and women once did, we finally found fire. We'll put finishing leap, why not? I think we're good on magnet burst.
Yeah, we have it.
We're gonna equip finishing plus because that means I can unequip monochrome for something a little bit better. No real amazing abilities here, but 6/6 experience boost is just pretty good.
Yeah.
When did we get Valor form? I don't know when we got Valor form.
Valor form?
Yeah.
That was in Port Royal, first visit.
Yeah, we got, yeah.
There you go.
Remember you accidentally turned into it at the Hydra fight?
Sure did. Alright, we're gonna do this 2 checks here.
Say,
That's a junk check. Never mind.
there's still a bunch of checks on form levels, right?
There
sure
so much
are.
checks.
Obvious.
Every drive level is a check in this.
Excellent. Yeah. Alright, but when is the randomizer gonna make the puzzle pieces check? So that's what I want to know.
I think that's a thing.
Baseball charm. Alright, we already have Magnera, so it's useless, but...
Alright, we got baseball charm. Shout out to
Zach
Zach.
Braff is on our squad.
For those who aren't aware, yes, the voice actor for Chicken Little from the early 2000s Chicken Little movie was Zach Braff. I don't know what you're gonna do with that information anymore, but I hope you enjoy.
He scrubs pants in the chat.
Alrighty, we're entering in a very, very special and very, very scary area called the Cavern of Remembrance. This is an area exclusive. Hey, Lemon Form, how you doing?
There it
In the
is.
Cavern of Remembrance. Jeez.
For those who have not played the final mix version of KH2, the Cavern of Remembrance is an area exclusive to Final Mix, which is a very difficult gauntlet of some of the most difficult Heartless battles in the game. As well as, we'll see how I'm feeling here. I'm going to customize here, put fire on B, and yeah. I think I will actually clear this out, because we still have 14 points here.
Yeah. Nice. Short
Why can't I go on? I don't have enough drive gauge for final form.
Get short drive gauge still for final. We're fairly well leveled at least.
Yeah, I feel fine with my tools for this. It's just going to be a little bit of a weird one.
Yeah, so this is like every enemy you're fighting here are basically hard versions of a lot of the regular enemies from the
Hard
game.
versions of some of the worst enemies. In the
Yeah. And then it all leads to, in the vanilla game, this is how you get to the real Garden of Assemblage, where you get the data fight.
Yeah. I'm going to give this a couple of attempts, and namely I'm going to pop a high drive recovery. Actually, I'll pop another drive recovery, save the high drives for later. We're going to give this a couple of attempts. I don't want to spend too much time here, because there might not necessarily be important things here.
Hey,
That's an important thing there. We're gonna
That was from
revert,
Master
and-
Form level 3, right?
Yep.
Yep. Get final form ready to go and get in this. Ow. Kill that thing. That thing's really annoying.
Hard.
Cars!
Yeah.
Not to
shout
hit
outs to anyone shout outs to anyone who's played KH2 and has just the worst memories associated with these cars. They are as bad as you think they are, and they are the worst.
Yeah.
And your feelings are valid.
Yeah, they're maybe the worst normal enemy in the game.
I have never seen a car walk on its back wheels before, and I am terrified.
I'm gonna take a quick heal there. We're going to run around in circles and panic.
Panic.
And we're going to let my MP gauge recharge here so that I can finish out this fight safely. I do not want to die right now.
I will point out Kingdom Hearts 2 did come out in 2006, the same year as Disney Pixar's film.
No!
Is this a tie-in?
Gross.
Who's to say? It's not, but
Yeah, these cars are the worst.
these cars are the worst.
Okay, I'm going to make a call here.
Get reflect and leave.
Get reflect and leave.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, hitting these orbs gives you orbs, and that's easy to level up Master Form. That's
Yeah.
why we do it.
I am going to, for the sake of the audience, I'm not going to grind at that for very much longer. If it ends up needing to be important, my lovely seed editor will tell me once we get more towards like the end of things.
I'm expecting to have to tell you where some stuff is.
Yeah.
I probably
okay,
should
so-
tell you one of them soon.
We're actually going to back out here and make a judgment call to go to Beast Castle.
But we're
Yeah.
not at the point where it needs to be told to you yet.
Yeah, I feel fine right now. It's just like mostly as an audience thing.
Yeah.
Like those fights are really difficult, and I don't want to like have everyone sit here watching me die over and over again. So yeah, we're going into Beast Castle.
Yay.
Since I don't think it was mentioned earlier, so every drive form has a unique way of leveling. Limit form's unique way of leveling is limit finishers. So when I use my limits, I have to get to the finisher of that limit, and that gives me an experience point. On top of walking checks behind it, drive form leveling is also important because it increases the length of time that you can be in that drive form. This Beast Castle section is really good for drive gauge leveling because it's just this is another one of those fights that you can lose, but we like to save it because we can use it instead for leveling up our drive gauges.
Yeah, let's the drive gauge. So Valor form goes by hit, limit, as Threep said, by using the limit finishers. Wisdom form, which we don't have yet, is by defeating Heartless. Master form is collecting orbs. And final form is defeating nobody enemies, which are generally more late game enemies.
Yeah.
When you say
Good rule of
wisdom is by defeating Heartless, Heartless are the enemies that are in like Warlord Never Was and...
No, those are nobodies.
Oh, those are nobodies.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
Heartless are the default enemies, essentially.
A good rule
These
of
are
thumb
Heartless.
is that
Okay.
yeah, a good rule of thumb for design-wise is that Heartless generally are like Heartless are creatures of darkness, so they're like usually like a lot of like black color motif around.
Nobodies are
Nobody's
creatures of
are
nothingness.
generally gray.
So they're gray or
Yeah.
white.
Some of the nobodies have a little bit of color to them, but for the most part, they have generally very muted color palettes.
Feather
Feather
Charm, nice.
Peter Pan. Okay, I'm
Alright.
feeling a lot better now.
Yeah, we kind of have tools now. We kind of just need Flame Liberator,
Yeah.
huh?
Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons why I was in Hollow Bastion. I was trying to find horizontal slash. I wonder where that is.
Hope it's not in the Cavern of
And yeah.
Remembrance.
I hope so too. But we can at least come back a little bit later. But maybe we have some other tools available to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really getting towards the end here. Right now, like my goals are just find like one or two more tools and find that Flame Liberator.
Yeah, then we're pretty much in go mode.
For those who haven't played randomizers, go mode is the term just used for when we have all of the items that we need to finish the game. Oop, what's going on? Still 13 points here. Still could be important stuff here, I think.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
fair at least get to the boss.
Get to Darkthorn, then we'll make the call from there. Yeah.
Hopefully, you don't have to fight Zaldin.
I'm not super worried about Zaldin if we do need to fight
Yeah,
him.
we have so many tools at this point.
We have a lot of tools, including Reflect. Wait, do we have Reflera?
Reflera, yeah.
No, we have Magnera.
No, we have both. Remember, we got the second
Okay.
magnet, or reflect from Driveform for Master.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah. So we have, I think, Fire, Blizzard, Thundara,
I think this'll do the trick.
Magnera, Reflera, and Curaga.
For some reason.
For some reason, just happened to kick Curaga.
One of the fun things about seed vetting is I actually don't have to care where cures are because we just kind of assume that we'll get one eventually, and they're not super needed. They're helpful, but they're not super needed.
Yeah.
I guess it's another important thing to
This'll
know.
do the trick.
Again, for those who are interested in maybe trying this out, you do not, in the slightest, need to play on critical mode. It's generally how people do it is they will either play on critical or they'll play on beginner. So yeah, if you are interested in trying this but are a little bit afraid by the difficult combat, please do not feel like you need to prove yourself or anything. You can play on beginner. It's okay. I give you permission. But yeah, we're getting towards the end of this first visit here. Beast is here. Hi, Beast. We're gonna beat him up
We
a
have to
little
knock
bit.
some sense into him by literally knocking sense into him and beating him up.
Yeah. Still 10 points in here. I think that means we could still have a world unlock or 2 magics.
Yeah.
Which
Couple
either
more
of
chests,
which
right?
there's this chest right here and Darkthorn and
Then
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah. So a magic behind Darkthorn, a magic behind Salted.
That would be really funny. Where am I going after this? Probably I need to go see Belle first.
Maybe back to Hollow Bastion.
Probably back. No, I'll probably go to Twilight Town 2. 'Cause I haven't done that yet.
How many points does STT still have?
3.
Okay.
STT is pretty
Pretty
dead.
dead.
STT did not have Peter Pan, so I don't care about it. I don't care about finishing it at all right now.
What's this boss?
So Darkthorn is a weird boss in that it actually has 2 forms. This first form is Dark Ball form. So I think it's I don't just think it actually has a name other than Darkthorn or what.
I think it's just still for Darkthorn.
Yeah, it can possess furniture and stuff, and we kind of have to just chase it around.
Because when you fought the door earlier, that's Possessor, but I think this is just also Darkthorn. Phase 1.
Okay.
Oh, I see. When it possesses something, it gets a little tiny HP bar, and you have to break it out of that, and then.
Oh, okay. Sorry, this is the Shadow Stalker.
Oh, there
And
you
then
go.
it becomes Darkthorn. Great. Good to know.
We're all
We're all learning.
tonight. That's the best part about Kingdom Hearts. You never stop
You
learning.
never stop learning.
And now it's Darkthorn?
Now it's Darkthorn.
Now it's Darkthorn.
Okay.
There are so many Heartless, it's hard to keep track of them. The mobile games add a billion more. 358 added a billion more for some reason too.
You can magnet that guy? Okay.
Scimitar.
Agrabah's dead. That doesn't really do anything for
Yeah,
us.
yeah, I know you don't want to do Agrabah too if you can help it.
I never want to step foot in Agrabah 2 if I can absolutely help it, yeah. Since we haven't done this in a while, I think it's a good time to take a peek at our journal and go look through our reports we picked up. Slapshot is in... Okay, negative combos in Twilight Town. That feels good.
That does feel good.
We got all that stuff. Yeah, horizontal slash is still with Hollow Bastion. That wasn't very helpful. Other negative combo was on form leveling. We don't need negative combo. We have Peter Pan.
We have Peter
yeah,
Pan.
We're fine on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think okay.
I love that flash.
I'm gonna go
That's in Sora's heart. It's in my
I'm
heart.
gonna go to Twilight Town. We're gonna go to Twilight Town too. This will let us get some levels on. This will let us get some levels on Final Form. It'll also prep us for visiting Twilight Town 3 if we do get it, which I don't remember where I'm going, but it's fine. It's fine. We need to go to the Sandlot.
Hey, we
so
have
we're
max
there
level
first.
drive game. That's very nice.
That is very nice, yeah. That will let us try to do some cool strats in the final fights.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go into final.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really nice to get 2 free levels off for Final Form.
Yeah.
Just for doing
That fight is
It's
so
nice-
much easier with
It's
final
nice to
form.
see
Wow.
that fight. Yeah, we have many more tools than the last time we had to do that fight.
Yeah, sure do.
You made that look really cool.
That's the other cool thing about Final Form.
It's just cool.
It just look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. This second visit to Twilight Town is really short. There's only that one required fight and there's interaction up here. But it is still an important thing to do to get prep for Twilight Town 3. We did not get anything from that, namely. So what is our next plan of action? Back to Hollow Bastion.
Yeah. Go beat up Demix. Flash the
You're looking
Master
for
Yeah.
the horizontal slash here, I believe.
Yes.
And
yeah.
hopefully get the other membership card.
With it
Or-
not, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, don't you want stuff in Twilight Town 3 still, technically?
Oh yeah, the other ice cream would be good too.
Yeah, Ice. That's a membership card. Is all that.
I was trying to fish for Wisdom Form because this is a good opportunity to
This
do level Wisdom
great
Form,
time for
but
Wisdom.
it's fine.
You have auto wisdom, don't you? Or you know where auto wisdom is? How many points are on form levels still?
14.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah, none of them are gonna be on final.
No. Or limit form.
Yeah.
We're going to revert and get a high drive recovery just in case I need it. Because we're going into
Hey,
the next fight.
Michael.
This should not be as miserable as the last time I did it.
No.
But this fight can still be a bit of a pain.
Damn it. Yeah.
For everyone in
It'd be
chat, the
annoying.
last time Threep had to do this fight was during the practice seed. And she had to do it not just with no thunder, but with no magic at all. And
We had base for flag.
it's
had
not
Blizzard.
good.
And Blizzard, which he's
Which
immune
is
to.
useless.
Uh-oh. Oh god, our damage is just so much better too.
Yeah, that was 2 health bars in one combo. Like,
Yeah.
Come on.
Also, hitting with bubbles, doing like anything if your health, it's half.
Yeah. Oh god. That will not keep beat damage. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I feel a lot better about those.
Yeah, this is going very smoothly. Probably dead after this, honestly. Oh.
I'm gonna pop through.
He does like to break out of combos, though.
Cool. Just wanted to be safe there for a second, but
I was
Okay.
actually expecting you to get something from him, but now I'm remembering that was from the other seed.
Yeah, not in this seed, but still gets us It's all the Final Fantasy fights. There's a bunch of chests after that. There's 1,000 heart levels if we have to do it.
Let's go.
I'm guessing 1,000 Heartless is like the last boss of HB2.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
How awful is it?
It's not awful.
time
It's just
consuming.
time-consuming.
Gotcha.
It's pretty easy. It's, yeah, just
Help out. It's over. It's over. Here goes. Here goes. It's over. Take this.
Utilizing limit form here just to speed us up a little bit, but also to give us some limit form levels if we need it. I'm gonna finish this out with a limit. That's fine. Yeah. Okay.
What level is your limit form?
4, I believe, right now.
Okay.
they cap it 6 for checks, right?
They do. It goes all the way to 7.
Okay. I wasn't. I thought for some reason I thought only up to 6 was where like relevant checks would be.
No, it goes all the way to 7.
Excellent.
Important thing to note is that your maximum drive gauge level is based on how many drive forms you have on you. So it's the number of drive forms plus 2. So right now I have 4 drive forms. So my current max level is 6. I'm going to go into Promise Form again and just get some more experience going.
Hey, this cloud guy's doing pretty well.
For the
That's that.
sake of the audience, I will go ahead and tell you that there is nothing on level 7 for any drive form that you have to care about.
Thank you. Yeah, that's good information to have.
Lucky emblem. Lamp charm. There it is. Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice
Oh,
cream.
I
Gonna
could
make a
really go
call.
for some ice cream after this.
Gonna make a call here and leave Howl Bastion.
Yeah.
Go to Twilight now.
Yeah, TT3 is.
I have a feeling if I'm gonna get Horizontal Slash, it's gonna be in Core. Cavern of Remembrance. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's not necessary, right? It's nice.
I'd really like it. Especially because if I get it, then I'm basically think I can call myself and go on.
Yeah, well, we still
I
need
feel
more
a lot better.
Flame
about-
Liberator.
Yeah, I still need to find the Flame Liberator, which I have a sinking suspicion is in World That Ever Was.
Yeah.
Actually, I need to.
Do you need anything more for that gauntlet?
No, I'm feeling really good at this point.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd really like is Horizontal Slash to help with Zigbar.
True.
Because otherwise, Zigbar is a pretty miserable fight.
You told me before that Final Form plus Fyra helps. It just is less fun than
Yeah.
Horizontal Slash and a Berserk Charge.
Yeah.
We do only have base fire, not Fyra,
Yeah.
which is
I don't
unfortunate.
think we could really make it work.
Wait a
with-
second, you only have base fire?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
Always a good good response.
Always a good thing to hear from your seed vetter, yeah.
Yeah, anytime you two are speculating where things might be, I have to keep my poker face on. Not that you can see me, but like I know Three
Hey, I know
knows
you're
me
gonna
well
talk about
enough that she could probably hear from my voice a lot of the time, so I have to like you can't see, but I'm gesturing that calm down, breathe out, don't make any expressions thing.
STT had Final Form, wow.
Wow. I'm shocked.
Me too. Still 15 points in here, which I think means that we do. Yeah, they still have at least one world unlock item in here, so we'll go ahead and finish it out.
It's still very funny that we got light and dark and then didn't the first form we actually got was spin final.
That's how it be sometimes.
It's how it be.
I'm looking at
The
the list
randomizer
of
giveth,
all
randomizer
of where
taketh away.
the forms are, and final form was in Sphere 0. Just to be clear.
Yeah,
Sure was.
sure was.
Yeah.
For chat, Sphere 0 is it's a randomizer thing. When Three mentioned this earlier, but the randomizer has to have a logic kind of like built together for how it expects you to go through the seed. This way, it prevents there being any chances of something being impossible. It has to find a logical way through the seed, otherwise, it will have to regenerate. Otherwise, you found a bug because it's not supposed to do that. Spheres are where they expect you to be able to go first. So like Sphere 0 means that you can do it with your starting items. Sphere 1 means you can do it with the things you find from the things from your starting items, and so on and so on and so on. So
The
final
problem
form was in Sphere 0.
the problem
Limit
is you
form
never
was in
want to do
Sphere 5.
FTP. If you can help it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Limit form was in Sphere 5 comparatively. Master form was in Sphere 4, and same with Valor comparatively. So we're pretty deep in there.
Where's wisdom?
And we don't know where wisdom is.
I have no comment.
Hmm.
Now that we have Twilight Town 3 unlocked, this is actually a really good opportunity to level up my drive forms. Wisdom, Final, and Master especially, which is because we have 7 points on drive forms. I'm thinking that we're going to need to do that. So there might, once we finish this out, I might be spending some time doing some drive form leveling.
Cotton candy ice cream flavor. I don't think I've ever had that. That sounds delicious.
Oh,
I can't go with you with that. I'm sorry. It's sweet.
Shoutouts. So I want. Hey, chat. What's your favorite ice cream, and why is it liver pepper ice cream?
Liver pepper ice cream. All right.
I will say, sea salt ice cream, delicious. Had it before.
I have wanted to try sea salt ice cream for my entire life.
Sea salt ice cream sounds delicious.
Ooh,
It
Lazaro.
sounds incredible.
It's really good.
Yeah.
My favorite I ever had was a sea salt with, and it had like caramel in it too. Really
Ooh.
good.
Classic.
Salty and sweet. That's good.
It's funny you say that because, that's like a line that like everyone says when they first try sea salt ice cream in the video game.
Yes.
It's like salty, sweet, and like if you really want to get into it, there's like you can pull some like possible symbolism out of that as well. But like we don't need to get into that right now.
Yeah. You can literally get Kingdom Hearts sea salt ice cream in Tokyo Disneyland.
Donald.
Donald!
Just want to get a little bit of final form leveling done in there, and then we'll get some limit form leveling done here. Hey, it's our good friend Axel. He's
Hey.
back.
It's our good friend Axel. He's fine. Surcharge. There it is.
It's not on a key blades, that's nice.
That is nice. Yeah, I guess he started with it, but
It was on key blades, that's kind of annoying,
Yeah.
so it's nice not to have it there.
yeah. Axel's
Uh,
fine. He's
I
just
hate-
EP.
I hate the assassins. They waste my
Yeah.
time, but we're fine. Still 10 points here, what did I miss?
Oh, there's 5.
There's still 3 missing.
Or
I must have missed a
7.
chest somewhere, but that's not that important.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Now
In
it's
Hollow
Halloween
Bastion?
Town 2. No, in
In
Twilight
Twilight
Town
Town 3.
3.
Gotcha.
We're going back. Actually,
Did you get anything good in Twilight Town 3?
just a bone fist, which is not super great. And Blizzard.
We did get second Blizzard.
I'm actually going to take an opportunity here just to get some drive form leveling done. Because we might need it later, and 2, because there are still 14 points left on drive form levels, and I want to make sure that they're not on the drive form that we currently have. So we're going to dip back into Twilight Town and go to the mansion again.
They're gonna all
Which will
somehow
let
be on
us-
wisdom form.
They're gonna all be on wisdom form, I just know it, yeah. But in the meantime, hey, how's everyone feeling again? Just do a quick check-in.
Doing good. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts. Then.
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
indeed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's my turn.
So we're gonna hang out with our friends here. They're gonna make us do a little mini game. Eventually.
Come on, gamblers. Do your thing.
And drop a bunch of...
Or
Ah, no!
no.
This is what happens if she doesn't win the minigame.
Rock, rocks, dice.
Oh no.
You'll see this later.
Oh no. Threepup, do I need to make you Kingdom Hearts dice?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Did y'all know
How-
that my wonderful girlfriend, MiaSchemes, makes really cool dice?
She does. They're super pretty.
Wait,
Ow,
do,
Ow, 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 ow.
I look away for a second and we're a die now?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
it's fine. We live.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah, I make dice. It's what I do for a living, and I somehow never thought of Kingdom Hearts dice until now. I'm not sure how I didn't think of it, but now it's on the list eventually.
I
There it is again.
There it is again.
I thought I got that, but okay, that's fine, I guess. Ow. I need to
Just
not
go
die
side
here,
creep.
because I'm gonna lose all my levels for that guy.
So, how do you get out of dice form?
Time.
You have to make the form gauge empty.
Oh, I see. Would it perhaps be a good idea to exit out halfway so that you keep your
I can't
levels?
You
exit.
cannot exit when you're in dice form.
I meant
You
like,
can shorten it by hitting the enemy.
Yeah.
okay.
It's like I'm shortening it a little bit right now. Here and there.
You also like clash off the other dice, so it's kind of nice to do the attack.
That's what I'm worried about, though. Ah!
We're fine. We're fine. Luckily, it restores our health when we revert. Which
Yeah,
is very, very
thankfully.
handy.
Come on, just need like 1 or 2. Oh well, we ran out, so we're gonna go back to master form again.
It's my turn.
It's your turn. There we go. 1 or 2 more.
We're gonna leave because there's a couple more gamblers out here.
Yeah.
And you changing zones like that autosaves?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on. Do the thing,
Do the thing.
friends, please.
They've got an audience. They're shy.
You don't get orbs for that?
I don't know. Yeah, that was weird.
You didn't get turned into a die, so you got it right. Orbs.
Go wing. Okay.
There was nothing
And
on
there's nothing on
Master
7.
Form,
Oh.
There's nothing on 7, so we're gonna leave.
So Master
Uh,
Form.
Here, let me
had
read to you the things
nothing.
that are on level 7.
Another
MP.
quick thing.
Hmm?
Real quick. Another quick thing. Another quality of life thing. In normal, this is a thing in normal Kingdom Hearts as well. When you transition to like safe areas in a drive gauge, the game doesn't really bother to remember what your drive gauge was before. So it will just reset you back to full drive gauge. So if you see me in a drive form exiting to the Garden of Assemblage, that is to preserve my drive gauge without having to like take any items or anything.
The things that are on level 7 are MP Haste, Defense Boost, Megalixir, Rising Dragon, and Presence. Hopefully none of
Oh,
those are...
there's your chest.
Yeah, there's that chest I forgot. We're back.
We're back.
It just says Sora's heart head. Chicken middle.
It
so
certainly
not
did.
that important.
Zach
So-
Braff is in all of our hearts.
None of the things that I said are
No,
No,
important. Okay,
no.
good.
they're not important. So we're gonna keep moving on as we're doing right now.
I think we have MP haste, even if we cared about it.
Yeah.
Freeze. Yeah.
I could be experience boosting through this too if I wanted to, but I feel pretty confident about my level right now.
Ultimate. Retaliating.
Okay, final form had nothing as well, so
That's
we're
beyond
heading
the
out.
Valor limit, where most likely everything's on Wisdom 4.
Yeah.
We still don't
Okay.
have.
We're heading back to Hollow Bastion because we're going to Core.
Four.
I have to do.
You
1,000
have to
Heartless
do
first.
1,000
Okay.
Heartless.
Never mind. Hey everybody, we're doing 1,000 Heartless.
Woo!
This will be some good limit form leveling at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, 1,000 Heartless. There's 1,000 Heartless here.
They can't all load at once, so we don't.
Yeah, this is a PS2 game, so like you'll see 1,000 Heartless, but
Most
they're
of them
not
are-
all loaded
most
at
of
the
them
same
are
time.
fake.
So, because we only have Magnera, we're not doing super quick strats here. I'm just going to do that, and then we're going to Promise Form, and we're going to do Sonic Blades over and over again.
Yay! That's level 6.
It is not on limit
It's
form.
not on limit 4.
It's my
Running out of options.
You could try Valor, I guess, but that's slow.
Leveling Valor is slow, you say? Okay. I'm gonna note that down for future
You
seeds.
just have to do hit, so especially because we're a magic build, it's not quite as efficient.
Understandable.
Oh, and we can't do Valor here. Right, we don't have
No,
Donald.
we cannot do that
We
either.
don't have
Yeah.
Goofy. No Goof.
While we're going through this, I think it's a good time to check in on our resident has not played Kingdom Hearts. So, how are you doing?
Are we asking me, or are we asking...
I guess, yeah, me as well. For our have not played Kingdom Hearts people. How are y'all feeling?
I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm having fun, but I don't know.
Yeah. The fight looks cool.
This is like one of like this is like the like signature moment from KH2
Yeah.
in terms of like story importance and everything. Like for those who used to do this as a kid, like for any doodlers out there, like this was a doodle in your notebook moment. Like this and like the final fight of the Supersonic fight in Sonic Adventure 1, like these they live permanently in my brain as a young child and like completely altered my brain chemistry.
Not expecting this much Sonic in the Kingdom Hearts stream.
Yeah, you know.
We've got Lumi with us. We gotta talk Sonic.
Yeah, sure.
Shoutouts to Radiant Lumina, by the way.
Great.
Yeah. Getting into the last little bit here. Just gotta do some cleanup of the last couple Heartless that are still loaded in.
Yeah, there's Horizontal
Horizontal
Slash!
Slash was on 1,000 Heartless. That's incredible.
Great.
When I
excellent.
saw that, when I was looking through
Oh,
all the
and
notes and quickly
second
writing
skilling
everything down,
passive.
I saw that and I
Great.
was like, oh no. I was so
Okay.
worried that you were going to go back into core instead of do the
Yeah.
2000 Heartless fight.
We're gonna go to Halloween Town because we're still hunting for that final
Liberator.
Way to the Dawn.
Yeah.
Though I guess at this point, can we get an update on how much time we've been going so far?
Absolutely. Just give me a second to grab that. We are about 2 hours, 11-ish minutes in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about that.
You could do World
At
Premiere
around, like-
was after this if it's not it too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll clean this out, then do World It Ever Was, and if we start getting around the 2:30 mark and I still haven't found it, I will have Mia let me know where that is so we can figure that out, so that y'all can see the final fight.
Pretty cool. They give it the better song too.
Yep, sure do.
We'll get a lot more of those music changes in the World That Never Was fight. They use a lot
Is this
of
Halloween Town first visit?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
this is the mini boss. Kind of the only real boss in this first visit, because the other one's very much a gimmick fight.
Another cool thing for people to look forward to in the final fights is there are also some dialogue changes during the final fights as well. Yeah, it's really cool.
There's fire too.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
why I was surprised that you didn't have more than one fire.
Yeah, we didn't do the sub boss.
yeah.
It can be kind of annoying. It's
Well,
not hard, it's just slow.
you now technically have the tools.
Yeah, we have
I have
every
plenty of
tool.
tools, yeah. Yeah, I feel fine about the final. I feel fine about finishing the suit out. I just need to find that flame liberator, and we're good. We are also still short one lucky emblem,
Oh wow.
but like we will definitely find that.
Yeah.
Soon.
Felt like we were fighting so many of them. I thought, oh, we're definitely there, right?
So yeah, this is the Oogie Boogie fight. This is usually a really long gimmicky fight, but the randomizer shortens it a lot.
It's very nice.
Yeah, this is usually a lot of people's like least favorite, second least favorite fight in Cage 2.
Yeah.
I forgot there's one very important one that everyone hates.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We will not be seeing that, thankfully.
Yeah, hopefully.
It occurs to me that I don't think I can look up where lucky emblems are using this tool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you know that Oogie Boogie is mentioned, or well, I guess quoted, in Prano Origins?
Yes, my other speed game, Great Origins.
Your other speed game.
I
You
don't
have
know that.
several other speed games.
Yeah, that's fair.
You ran one. You ran one last night on GDQ Hotfix, and it wasn't Prano Origins.
Yeah, this is true. Shout out to the GDQ Hotfix Trans Day Visibility stream that's going on right now.
Yeah.
I was on it last night and it was really fun. But yeah, we finished up Oogie Boogie here. We're going to... We did not seem to finish out what's in this world, but we're fine because we're going to go into World That Never Was now.
Time to finally start cleaning out some of the boss gauntlet.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine.
This might be the highest level I've seen you go in here in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm level 42. I feel fine.
We should be
about
fine.
this.
Zigbar can be annoying still, but
Zigbar can be really annoying, and on that note, I'll start describing like how this fight's going to go. So the goal of this fight is to not ever let Zigbar do what is called a desperation mechanic, which is like just like a big super move that a boss does. They're usually invulnerable during, and usually for Zigbar it will indicate a phase transition, which will make him very, very annoying. So we don't ever want him to transition into his later phases. So we are going to damage him very carefully here. Yeah, damage him very carefully here so that he will do a room transition. Kind of like that. We're going to go into Duck Flare.
Yeah, just a duck flare.
And I'm going to smash the horizontal slash ability over and over again in a very particular rhythm. He broke out of it, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, we're fine.
They might be able to get him back into it. Yeah.
So, okay.
One more?
Reload.
Yeah. Alright, you got this.
Yeah, we're fine.
Sora. I don't know who this Sora is.
So the way that Berserk Charge works is that when you're in MP Recharge, when my MP bar is pink, I have an infinite length combo, but I cannot finish my combos.
There's Sandaga.
That's
Great.
That's important because bosses need either magic or a combo finisher to be defeated. So normally you're like, well, how do you finish a boss fight then? Horizontal Slash is a unique ability that is a modifier to your combo, where I do that side-to-side slash, and I could do that over and over again. And most importantly, Horizontal Slash counts as a combo finisher, so I could be in Berserk Charge and still finish bosses off. The goal usually is to repeat those horizontal slashes over and over again, trapping Zigbar in an infinite stun loop. It's a very particular rhythm, which I'm not always good at. So, yeah, he broke out a couple times, but we still made it work. Like, we're high enough level, our stats are good enough. Like, it wasn't really going to be that big of a deal. Looking at my abilities here, I feel fine. We're going to go into our next fight here, Luxord. This is a gimmick fight where we're going to see the return of
More dice.
Roxas. Ah. Ow. Ow. I might be dead here.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm dead here. Luxord is a gimmick fight. Instead of having a health bar, he has a...
If you have to unequip all the abilities now again.
Yeah, it's just Berserk Charge. Instead of having a health bar, Luxord has a time gauge, because he is the master of time.
The first to run out of time is the loser.
And we reduce the time gauge by damaging Luxord,
So it's basically just
or properly engaging with his minigames.
Yeah.
Ow.
Ow.
Fun fact.
I'm going to
Luke-
take a save.
Luxord is Nomura's favorite organization member. Might explain some things in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Let's take another safety. Okay. So one thing we are missing that I really wish I did have was some more defense, because normally I shouldn't be taking this much damage from
Hey,
these
yeah,
attacks,
he's doing
but
a lot.
he's doing a lot right now, which is not great, but it's okay.
Oh, that's like defense boost items.
Yeah. Or armor.
At least we get to hear this great remix.
Alright, we're gonna go into Kurok here. I'm going to...
Oh, you left Berserk Check.
I sure did. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, a lot of these,
Okay, we're dead again.
Well, don't worry. If you get final form to level 7, you can have one single extra defense boost.
yeah, a lot of these orc fights and this got their Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind remix tracks. They're all excellent, so.
Yeah.
It's over. You're done. Look closely.
We're fine. We're doing good now.
Yeah,
I feel fine. I feel good.
we're into card
To
phase.
this minigame section where we're gonna Just get some more free damage in on the boss here.
Look
Get him
closely.
And then we're going to try to do a cool trick that I probably won't pull off. We'll see how it goes.
It's the one boss we actually want to see their DM. Yeah, it's like, yeah, definitely. Yoko Shimamura never misses.
A challenge is it?
She's amazing.
Do you know the
Shoutouts to
rules?
women.
It's over.
What do the orbs do on that in this fight? Do they fill your time gauge?
Those are just health orbs.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. They're green.
The clear ones are mana. Nice. It just
Cool.
Oh, you did the
There's-
skip.
Okay.
Sword of the Ancestor and to become one.
Alright. So, what I just did there is a combo loop involving limit form where you can do the Ars Arcanum limit and purposefully not finish it. You get like all but one hit on it. And then that breaks you out of the limit. And then you do immediate ground combo into another Ars Arcanum, and the boss is still stuck in that combat loop. It lets you go for a very extended combo sequence. And what I did there, which was really nice, is that combo sequence actually let me skip Luke Sword's big desperation mechanic, which just saved me some time. And it looks really cool.
Never should have made.
Now we're going into Syx. We're going to see a really, really funny strat here.
It might be my favorite stage strat. It's very funny.
Alright, we're going to summon Peter Pan.
As you do. Hey, remember quick running Roxas? Well, what if Peter Pan did something similar but to Syx?
What if Peter Pan's chip damage was all the damage needed?
With all the damage you needed.
Yep. So yeah, what I'm doing right now is I am short hopping into 2-hit aerial combos, purposely not finishing my combo. And Peter Pan will actually help stunlock the boss. Meaning that we can just keep hitting him over and over and over again, never letting him break into his other mechanics, which will make him invincible and stuff. Basically trivializing the fight. Which, by the way, hey, Wisdom Form. Fun fact, that Peter Pan strat works on multiple bosses, including Lingering Will, the
Yeah.
hardest fight in the game.
Can use
All
it
right,
on
follow-up
hard.
question really quickly. How obnoxious is it to level Wisdom Form?
The problem right now is I don't really have a good spot to do it.
Well, you better find one because it's important.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause I do only have still. Do I only have one Disney Castle summons? Yes. Trying to think here of where good spots would be.
Would you like a little nudge for the other royal summons?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
go back into the world that never was.
I've gotten everything there is there.
Oh
so I think
no!
it's locked
All
in
right,
my
well,
Pokemon.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh wait, no, my mistake. I misread. That was the one you already had. Level
Yeah.
Wisdom Form.
Okay.
So we have to level
Yes, we're
Wisdom
there.
Form to get access to the place where we can level Wisdom Form. Love it.
Yes.
Okay. I have an idea.
Say, yeah. This isn't bad. Light. Hopefully it's like... Nope. Yeah, combo is just there.
Seems like it might level kind of quickly, though.
There's the other royal summon.
Okay, yeah, I think we're good. We're still missing one lucky emblem, so I'm like
Okay.
a tiniest bit worried about that.
I'm
maybe-
actually surprised that you are, considering as Natalie said earlier, you were getting them pretty quickly.
Yeah, maybe it's Untitled Server.
Maybe there's one from Wisdom Form leveling. Who knows?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Wonder what it looks like if that's the case.
Yeah. Well, we'll just hope one's Untitled Server. There's a good amount of checks there. hey, Marilyn.
Yeah, so we're entering into Timeless River. Oh yeah, Marilyn's here too. We're entering into Timeless River again. Not really because we need anything, but just because this is a really good spot to level some drive gauges.
Also,
drive
shout
The
outs
other
to
mini
Roxas's little cartoon appearance.
Toon Roxas is
Oh, yeah.
so
And
cute.
the profile
Roxas is
picture
so
for
cute.
him.
He's so angry.
Yeah, it's the best. He's adorable.
I blinked and came back to black and white, and I was very confused.
So there's time travel in Kingdom Hearts, and we're not getting into that right now.
This is the one time it works differently than how it works every other time, too. So it's extra complicated.
Yep. Sure is. Alrighty. This gets us unlocked the doors here, which are going to be what we're using to level up our drive gauges. But before that, I'm going to grab some chests.
Hopefully.
So if I can get that lucky emblem.
Hey, there's Magmega.
Magmega.
That's great for Final Fight, too. And Auto Wisdom. Great.
Awesome.
Just in time.
And
When Timeless
just as
River... Oh, go ahead.
no, just as we are almost at 2 hours 30 minutes. So
Okay. Well,
I still feel.
we think this is the right direction from Mia's hints. So...
Yeah. Yeah, I still feel pretty confident. We'll just get this wisdom form leveled up, which thankfully is the easier one to level up,
Yeah.
and we'll go from there.
That's a huge relief.
Yeah, it's easy to level up, just there's very specific areas, but this is maybe the best area to do it, so. Draw! It's gonna be on Wisdom 6 though, you just know it.
Oh yeah, of course. We're gonna go to this one, because this one doesn't have cars in it.
Yeah. We'd like to avoid this if we can. Oh, well, we might have to do cars.
Yeah. Yeah, we one shot the cars. It's okay. Yeah.
But we still didn't get a level.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's fine.
oh, good. It really wants to give us draw.
We can repeat.
You have to
The
be close to
doors.
level 5 now, at least, right?
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick detour and leave this level.
We're gonna do Linkering well, right?
Absolutely not. Leaving the world lets us reset the Heartless that are spawned, and I'm just hopefully assuming that. Okay, we do not need to fight. We do not need to fight both feet. Cool.
Proof of peace. Good, good. It is 6.
Yeah, that checks out.
That checks out. Oh, we have all proofs. If this was Proof Hunt, we'd almost be in go mode. We do still need a lucky emblem. No idea where that could be.
I'm stunned that we haven't found another lucky emblem.
I'm feeling pretty confident that that last lucky emblem is going to be in that last section of World That Never Was. If not, we'll figure it out from
It
there.
could be Land of Dragons, too, I guess? Pirates,
There's
too,
still
maybe?
15 emblems left, so...
Yeah. I'm thinking of what has, like, density of checks.
Yeah, look, at this point, yeah, we're looking at density, just because we know that lucky emblems aren't tracked by my tracker, which means that worlds that have no points in them probably more likely to have lucky emblems.
Yeah, Pirates or Land of Dragons, potentially. No, second visit.
Did not get level 6 off of that, but we're close. So we're going to do one more detour here and come back, and we should be in go mode.
Hopefully. Theoretically.
As we're getting into the final bits of the seed here, how's everyone feeling? Quick little vibe check. How are we doing? I hope chat's having a good time.
We're vibing.
This has
Chat's
been an
been-
adventure.
Chat's been having a great time.
Chat is very cute. There's the last slave liberator. Wisdom
I want to
stick.
remind you. I want to remind you that was from Syx, that form.
Yep, sure was.
Sure was.
So you had to go to Syx, get Wisdom form, then level it up to 6. However, to beat Syx, you needed either Peter Pan, which is from Sphere 5, or 2 negative combos. You haven't even found both of those. That's because one of them's in Valor form level 6.
Oh.
The
Yeah,
funniest
this seed
thing-
is a nightmare seed.
The funniest thing about that thing I mentioned earlier, where like sometimes a world unlock may not work properly, is that can also work for World That Never Was.
Yeah.
So you need to enter World That Never Was, leave World That Never Was, then re-enter World That Never Was. That's a lucky emblem right there, right?
Hopefully. Yeah.
Yep, cheers.
Go
Alright,
Let's go.
we're leaving. We're leaving. I don't need anything else. We're going. Woo! Oh yeah, also a fun thing. Yeah, Riku is replaced with Axel. Yeah, that's just it.
AKA the cooler
So-
Riku.
The cooler Riku, yeah. Going into this introductory Xemnas fight, this is pretty free. We're going to try to do some limit form shenanigans to make it a little bit quicker, but otherwise it's usually a pretty free fight. I am a little bit low on defense, so I will get hit really hard, but otherwise it should be fine. This does feel like a good time to note that of all of the other boss fights that got truncated, the final boss gets truncated the most,
Thank goodness.
including it completely eliminating the shoot 'em up section. Which, thank goodness, because yeah, that section is really long and really tedious.
Yeah. For the best. Ow. Xemnas, would you not? Xemnas?
Xemnas, please.
Xemnas, please?
I had to say all those things about how this.
You have no faith.
Okay, we're fine.
There we go. And a form boost, right at the end. Great.
Yeah.
That's what we needed.
So yeah, we're basically prepped here. I'm just gonna do some last minute cleanup here just to make things a little bit simpler. We do not have a shop here, but I did pick up a money pouch earlier, so I am gonna go buy some last minute stuff just to
Buy some candy.
make things feel. Yeah, go buy me some candies. Go buy like maybe like 7 power boosts, and then the rest will go into magic. In the way that Kingdom Hearts combat works is that there are like stat floors for certain for certain worlds, and if your stats are below that floor, you deal minimum damage, like level 1 damage. So I'm not super well read on my documentation, but I believe the floor for World That Never Was is like 50. So I want to have my stats be at around the 50 range before I enter, just to make sure I'm dealing the best damage I can. Put some more accessories here. Yeah, I think we're ready to go. Whoa, actually, one more thing. There is one ability I want to equip that makes the final Xemnas a little bit easier, and that is Combo Master. Yeah, we're entering the final gauntlet here. So, most of this is pretty trivial, just like walking forward and pushing triangle, as is the KH2 way. But at least you're pushing triangle and looking really cool.
Oh, this is the section that Archipelago does away with, right?
Yeah, for those who have happened to play H2 in Archipelago, this entire phase here and the next phase coming after this get cut out at the Archipelago mod. But
fair.
KH2 is in Archipelago, so anyone who likes to do Archipelago multi-worlds and loves Kingdom Hearts, I really recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
There are some awkward issues that happens when it updates, where you have to basically uninstall everything and then reinstall it. But yeah.
Yeah. Square Enix is notorious for not updating games until they do and break everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, we
We're gonna
have
knock all those
Magnego,
guys.
so this is free.
Yeah. The strat for this section is just cast Magnego over and over again, and the bombs will knock themselves into these cylinders and explode, dealing damage to the building. Trying to think of other things we really need to talk about for this boss gauntlet. This is where we'll see the power of Reflect, by the way. When we get to Armored Xemnas, watch his HP bar, because it will disappear before your very eyes. We have a couple waves of nobodies here. This is usually not that bad.
Be annoying.
My defense is a little low, so getting hit by the building can hurt.
Just Kingdom Hearts thing. Getting hit by buildings hurts.
Getting hit by buildings does hurt. Thank you, Exo. Love you. Thank you, Exo. Still love you.
He's eating the building hits for you too.
I don't know, the assassins are axles. Could you really love them?
Yeah. Alright, we're out of here, which means we're entering into the first Armored Xemnas fight. Which again, watch his health bar.
Bye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
That's just with Reflera too.
That's just with Reflera, yeah.
So busted and Armored Xemnas.
That's literally a blink and miss it fight.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, we get to do it again, and it's...
You get to do it again. This one's a little bit slower just because there are some health gates.
Yeah.
Ow.
Thanks, Axel. He's really got your back today.
He sure does.
He knows he's live.
Yeah.
Dark Rescue is his middle name. So.
Yeah. Yeah, this phase of the fight has arbitrary health gates that will force him to knock you back and do this little reaction command sequence. But it's not a big deal. We're just gonna fly right back into him. Do some more reflects shenanigans. Health bar's gone again.
Second health gate.
Second health gate. We had first health gate, but how about second health gate?
I love that it happened immediately as soon as you got back to him too.
Yep.
You just ripped his health bar. Yeah.
Once again, shout out to Kingdom Hearts 2 for being just really cool.
Pretty cool.
Fighting up against a giant, like, incomprehensible, like, darkness, like, nothing dragon.
Mecha dragon.
Slicing buildings in half. Fighting a dude in a suit of armor, like... This is peak video games.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better
Fighting a
than
dude in the suit of armor using all the weapons of all the dudes you killed before.
Yeah, this is peak video games. I'm sorry, it just is.
Sorry, recompleted.
All
We
right.
don't kill anybody in Kingdom Hearts.
No. Alright. We're entering into the final fight here, and I'm gonna let myself die here. Oh wait, I'm gonna kill myself here.
Axel decided to save you again.
Yeah, he decided to save me, but whatever. We're gonna do a clean start just because my MP gauge was a little bit empty, but
This
I'm
is
gonna do
the
this
zebra
section
outfit.
and then I'll talk about it after.
clean.
That was very clean, yeah. So yeah, what I was doing there was there's this opening section where Xemnas usually like grabs you and tosses you in the air. Where you go? Time is coming up very quickly.
Yeah, no DM skip, but it's fine.
No DM skip, but yeah. Basically, I alternate pushing the Y button and pushing Reflect to dance through the air like that, which looks really cool, and also does a bunch of damage to Xemnas, because Reflect does a ton of damage. But yeah, now we got his health to a low enough point, now we get to the final desperation mechanic. I just have to sit here and mash X and Y over it, or A and Y over and over and over again. But other than that, we're basically done. Time will be coming up after this cutscene, after I cast Thunder the last time.
Yeah, voice lines. Obviously, normally Sora doesn't say Axel there, but you're Roxas, so.
Yeah.
Axel.
And
Time.
Woo!
GG.
GG. Fights were very clean.
Yeah, fights felt very clean. I'm gonna skip through some cutscenes here just because
We don't want
we
to get
love the Lady
DMCA.
Arcaders here. We don't want to get the Ladies Arcaders DMCA. So, shout outs from me. I've been threepup. If you like what you saw, you can follow me on twitch.tv/threepup. I play a lot of Kingdom Hearts, but I also speedrun lots of indie games. Shout outs to the Lady Arcaders for having me. This was a blast. I've been being able to speedrun Kingdom Hearts has been a dream of mine for probably even longer than I really knew speedrunning was a thing. I love this series so much. I'm really passionate about it, and being able to showcase it on a stage like this is just so great. Shout outs to my commentator Natalie for being here, and shout outs to my wonderful, wonderful girlfriend Mia for commentating and also vetting my seed. Any other shout outs for you too?
That was an awkward time to get a phone call. I guess from me, I don't have a whole lot, but once again, shout outs to Lady Arcaders for having us. This has been great. This was a lot of fun. Seed vetting went a little awry, but it ended up all okay.
Yeah, it was a really good seed. Shout outs to Mia for doing a great job. Despite it going a little awry, but
Despite me saying this was the
really
worst
fun.
seed.
And shout outs to my lovely girlfriend, who I know is watching. I love you, Allie.
Alrighty, I think with that, we'll hand it back to our hosts.
Yeah, thank you so much for this incredible showcase. I had a ton of fun. Chat, stick around. We'll be back in just a moment with a few final announcements and a raid. All right, everyone, let's give another round of applause to threepup and her fantastic commentators for that incredible showcase. I came into this having not ever seen Kingdom Hearts really before, and I might have to go play it now because that was a ton of fun. But you know what's also a ton of fun is submitting your own showcases to Attract Mode. Submissions for Attract Mode, they're always open, and we would love to have you on showing any game that you love. And it doesn't even have to be a game, right? It doesn't have to be speedrun. It could be a showcase of a randomizer like we saw today. It could be if you're a crafter, if you make gaming-related crafts, absolutely. We also have done cooking streams and things like that. Pitch us an idea that you are passionate about, that you're excited about. As long as it's gaming-related, we're down to consider it. You can send in your ideas at ladyarcaders.com. Wow, ladyarcaders.com. I'm thinking of food now. ladyarcaders.com/start. And we are currently scheduling for the months of April and May. And of course, one final reminder that today is the last day to submit to Out of Bounds Toronto. This is an in-person speedrun event. It's going to be on June 15th and 16th. Again, those close today, and they're going to close very soon. That's about from 7 hours from now, if I'm doing my math correctly. So you don't have a whole lot of time. Volunteer applications are also open, and there are both remote and in-person positions available. And also, if you're watching and you are, not a woman or femme, but you'd still like to help out, we do also have some roles that are available for any gender. So type !OOB2, OOB2, for more information in chat. And please apply for that. With that, that is all for today, but tune in. Later this week, we are going to have a NeuroGals collab with Akio and Beamqueen Soul. They're going to be attempting to race the clock and beat Sonic 4 Episode 2 before the end of the showcase. Neither of them will have seen or played it prior to the day of, so it should be a very interesting scramble. And that's going to be on Thursday, April 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern. That sounds like a ton of fun. I want to be there to see that because I love watching a blind race. But with that, we are going to pass on the love and the hype over to GDQ. They are celebrating the Transgender Day of Visibility. An incredible schedule over there. So we're going to see them. I've been your host, selcouthmind. Thank you all for hanging out. Have a fantastic rest of your day.